Welcome to the Rat House, baby, where the truth ain't quiet, and neither are you. Where the ChatRat's crew slide in, pull up a seat, crime talk, cold facts, and a jazzy backbeat. We got stories to tell, got some justice to serve, so pour up that coffee or something with a swerve. There's Rat Daddy leading 6'5", a cool Toys the queen with the sharpest of tools. Dean's cracking jokes, Mary B's got the tea, and Lawleen lays the law down, real boss energy. MJ's got the fire, Gingy's taking names, Angel Baby's in the game. The clerk's keeping order, Misty's watching close. Pinky promises, keeps receipts, and she does the most. We're the ChatRats, baby, worldwide and bold. Stories unfold while the crime scene gets cold. Puff, puff, pass, and the truth gets exposed. At the Rat House, baby, that's how it goes. Snap, snap. Cherry lights it up. Sherry lights it up, neon glow behind her head. Tombstones drops the facts that awake the dead. Connor's taking notes, Janine's on the clock. Petty the paralegal keeps the court on lock. Sweet woman, sweet, but she'll sting if you like. Calypso keeps it cool, got that island vibe. Prince Lover's in purple, that Texas pride glowing. Sherry's laughing loud while the facts keep flowing. Bum, 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 bum. OG coming through, crazy-eyed cheese, oh you better believe. Robo-Rat clicks, sparks, gears in his head, breaking the code till the lies drop dead. Jump, we're the ChatRats, baby, worldwide and bold. Stories unfold while the crime scene gets cold. Puff, puff, pass, and the truth gets exposed. At the Rat House, baby, that's how it goes. Crime solving cracks. World's our stage. That's a fact. Together, we're the ChatRats crew. We ain't looking back.
What up, folks? I am Danny Thomas again. This is Rat House Media, whatever that is. Whatever that is. So, got the couple of new little things. What's up, Mary B? Lawleen?
Hey.
So,
Hey guys.
does it sound any different to you?
Yeah, it
I
sounds
hear you much better.
Yeah, definitely way better.
Yeah, whatever this is, Diane G.
Thanks to Diane G.
Our new motto.
Pinky and Tombstones and Diane G. and Joe Biffle. Biffle. Pinky and Carrie B. Nice. So I don't have anything planned to do. We're just gonna have to wing it like we used to.
Weren't we watching a trial at some point?
Yeah, we were watching the Charlie Adelson.
Oh, well, I mean that's
We're also watching the murder attempt of the girl at the bus stop.
Oh, right.
And that too. I forgot about that.
We just did it last night.
That short-term memory, dude.
Told you that weed was strong. You were reading out to me.
I'm glad it was. Donna, the new person in the chat.
Welcome, Donna. Hey, yeah. I think there's new stuff about that Long Island audit. That something else came out today.
Heck yeah. Like whatever y'all want to watch, just start sending me stuff. And we'll just start watching.
All right, let me see if I can find that one.
Because I really don't feel like sitting here and watching no damn trial testimony.
All right,
Tonight.
that's fair.
So do something exciting. Excitement.
Long Island audit. If you hear like snoring in my background, that's just the dog.
Oh,
He
your dog.
Huh?
We've already bored the dog to death on his first dog
Yeah.
sit.
Well, it doesn't take much. He like his breathing sounds like snoring.
Yeah. It's crazy to listen through all of this through these headphones.
Yeah, I need to get headphones.
I've been waiting on Angel to scream at me about this. Oh God. Nope. Wrong thing. Try it again. Oh my God.
Oh, Carrie B, you're in Long Island. Where at? I dated someone from Redneck.
Message pinned. Turtle Boys Defense Fund is pinned in the chat. You need it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got a different camera and I got a little set of wired headphones to go with my board.
Wow, even fancier than fancy.
Well, I already had the console and stuff, but it came with earbuds and they're uncomfortable to wear. So I haven't been wearing them. But I can hear everything now, even like when I do this. Or this. So where's Dean? Anybody talk to Dean? What's up, Sherry D?
No, haven't heard from him.
Sherry D.
No, he was not.
What did you just break up saying again?
Tombstones asked if the guy I dated was named Rex
Uh-oh.
from Great Neck. I don't know.
You still have a pulse, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, it wasn't Rex.
Oh, okay. This is like a horror. I don't know.
Rex Humerman,
You remember, yeah. She
the
didn't
Long
know.
Island serial killer.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Maybe only dated him once.
Yeah, he had a lot of red flags, which I usually like.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What are we going to watch first? Oh God. So maybe. Oh, Island.
What's up, Connor?
What's up, Connor? Cooner. El Canaro. Let's see. I turned dark mode on so everything looks weird. So just frisky, I guess. I don't know. 35 minutes of apology. Let's see what happens.
Criminal charges against Connecticut State Trooper Sergeant Brian Fahey.
Right now. You spit in my face. My property right You're going to jail now. Get Look at this. Look at this. He spit in my face.
I think it's stretching to suggest that spitting is assault under Connecticut law. What the spitting does do is it enhances the threatening nature of Fahey's conduct.
This is the biggest mistake you ever made. No.
Especially because it occurred while he was armed.
Look at the gun in his hand.
Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. I recently came across a video posted by the YouTube channel Southern Drawl Law, which is run by James White, a criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor and law enforcement officer. He did an absolutely brilliant job with his legal analysis, breaking down my encounter with Sergeant Brian Fahey. So much so that after watching his video, I realized how wrong I was about the criminal charges against Fahey. If you care about this incident at all, this is a must watch. Please hit the like button and share this video because the world needs to see this invaluable information. Let's get into it.
So first thing, I think it's pretty obvious and pretty well widely accepted that there's an implied license where there's no communication from the homeowner that there is no trespassing sign on the property. That journalists do it all the time. I mean, hell, if you watch Jody Barr, that cat will sit in your kitchen and eat your cereal out of the box. Like he's all up in your business. He don't care where you are. So these investigative journalists really don't really intimidate. And that's one of the things that I love about Sean, because a lot of people will call him an instigator. But the truth is, everything that he does is conducting himself like a journalist. The only difference is that the things that he does, like the billboard truck and things like that, are things you could never do if you had a boss. So that's where the independent part comes in, right? Because even Jody Barr or Dave Biscobing is probably not going to get cleared by corporate to go put a billboard truck in somebody's neighborhood, right? So that's the freedom that comes along with being an independent journalist. And I don't think there's any argument to be made that he broke the law by knocking on the door. There is an accepted implied license allowing members of the public to approach a residence for lawful purposes, like knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. Sean very clearly exercised that right. I think his cameraman was off 10 to 15, 20 feet in the yard. It's hard to tell because of the camera. And Sean did something really important that will come in later, which is that he rang the doorbell and stepped off the porch, meaning he wasn't looking for a confrontation. If he was looking for a confrontation, he would have stayed up on the porch and been face to face with the man in his doorway. And that would have been an enormous mistake, but he didn't do that. He intentionally stepped off the front porch to avoid a confrontation, which I think kills a lot of the arguments in favor of any criminal charge relating to him even being on the porch in the first place.
Oh, I'm currently being recorded. His
There's a big problem nowadays with people knocking on each other's door. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, all you have to do is put up a no trespassing sign in your yard or at your door, and then people can't go knock on your door. If you don't have that, they're allowed to knock on your door.
Zip says she saw a live where they were trying to deliver pizza. What's up, Zip?
Good
Zip
to
read
see
all
you.
the lives about. She's a rewatch crew, so y'all don't be mean to Zip now. Scare off that rewatch crew, Mary B.
All right.
I know you try. I know you want to. I know you want
I
to.
know.
Oh, it sounds weird when I can hear myself talking too. It's horrible. Y'all have to listen to that all the time. Yeah.
I'm sure there's some settings you can work on.
No, I want to. That way I can tell if I'm coming through. So we can start being clear.
So people are delivering pizza to the state trooper's house now. That's funny.
Oh, God. Everybody's trying to get him riled up.
camera said,
I'm surprised he didn't immediately go put a sign up on his property.
"Hey, Sergeant Fahey, how are you?"
Oh, I'm sure he probably did. Need to be one of those protected by Smith & Wesson signs.
Now, under Connecticut law, Fahey would have the ability to use reasonable force to eject a trespasser. Now, remember that the status changes, basically. You're not a trespasser due to the implied license when you approach the door, but the second that he tells you, get off my property, that transforms Sean Paul into a trespasser if he is not leaving. But you can't see the cameraman move, but you hear about 5 seconds later, Sean give the cameraman the command to let's go, come with me, whatever he says. Sean says in his commentary that he is already moving back, and we can't see that. We have no reason not to believe that. Had Fahey already had a gun in his hand when he answered the door, I think the analysis in this case would be a little bit different, but obviously, by the time Fahey goes back inside and grabs a gun and comes back on the phone with 911, his right to use an elevated level of force, like a threat of deadly force, is pretty much extinguished because Sean is no longer on the curtilage of his home.
I just want to say here that I noticed this when I first watched the video, but I must have overlooked it when I was doing my commentary. But it's obvious here that where Sean is by the time Fahey actually makes it out with the gun, he's not even actually on his sole property anymore. It looks like he's, God, maybe several hundred feet away from the house. And it looks like he's just on this common driveway that is jointly owned. We don't even know whether Fahey has the actual legal authority to eject him from this property itself. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But the point is, his level of force that he's reasonably allowed to use is almost nothing at this point. It certainly doesn't involve a gun and spitting and all the things you're getting ready to see.
Property. Well, do you see me not moving? All the way to the cul-de-sac. Calm down. Get off my property. Get that gun out of your hand. Get off my property. Get that gun out of your hand. I'm a goddamn Connecticut State Trooper. I don't care who you are. Trespassing. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Get off my I don't care who you are. Right now. You spit in my face. My property right now. You're going to jail now. Look at this. Look at this.
Now, this is where I would disagree with. I watched a live stream that Sean had where he had a police officer from Texas, I think, on his live stream, and he had an attorney that I think had previously represented him in some Connecticut litigation. I think it's stretching to suggest that spitting is assault under Connecticut law. And the reason I say that is because I actually think that in this particular case, the police officers got that right. If you look at Connecticut law, it does in fact require, for the purposes of assault, physical injury. And you don't need it. And I'll explain why. There's other laws that could be implicated here that cover this conduct. You don't need to make this long argument about how getting spit in your face is an assault. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think that the way that Sean conducted himself and the composure that he showed in the face of getting spit in his mouth was incredible, the restraint that he showed, but I don't believe that it qualifies under Connecticut law as assault. It clearly says physical injury. If Sean had contracted AIDS or hepatitis as a result of having mouth spit and he had followed up with a doctor, sure, that could be charged later. But the idea that you immediately assume physical injury simply because somebody spits on you, and I don't need it. That's why the spitting, in my opinion, is not an actual assault under Connecticut law. What the spitting does do is it enhances the threatening nature of Fahey's conduct, especially because it occurred while he was armed and during a continually aggressive confrontation that was not reasonable under the circumstances. And that's why it opens the door to a law that does actually fit, and that is threatening in the second and first degree under Connecticut law. Threatening in the second degree involves intentionally placing another person in fear of imminent serious physical injury through physical threat or menacing behavior. Okay, so that's where we start. There's no argument really to be made that disorderly conduct and breach of the peace are present at the time of the spitting or in the yard or anything like that. What you have to remember that disorderly conduct and breach of the peace are traditionally public offenses. So I don't think you can make the argument that when you're standing on somebody's porch or in their yard and they're trying to eject you as a trespasser, or even on a private road that is labeled as private road, that you can invoke sort of the danger to the public.
What's up?
There's a handful of people in the chat who don't know this story, so they're confused on the setting. Can you fill them in real quick on what we watched already?
You
Like
tell
they're
them.
thinking these are neighbors and stuff.
I'm trying to roll up marijuana. You tell them.
The guy on that got spit on is one of those people that has a YouTube channel where they audit police officers, and he's got almost 1 million followers. Well, a couple of months back, he went to the state police office in Connecticut to file a report against a different state trooper, and this state trooper came to the door, wouldn't let him in, and told him where to go. And he continued to stand there. And that state trooper got mad and slapped the phone out of his hand, pushed him back aggressively by the shirt and all this kind of stuff. So he's got beef with this particular state trooper. Well, he found out this state trooper, who has a 9-to-5 like type desk job now, was making over 70 grand a year just in overtime. So he went to his house to ask questions. And this is what happened when he went to the house. He legally had every right to be there in like a journalism capacity.
Yeah, the cop remembered him instantly. Like,
Oh, yeah.
shit, it's this guy. That's why it escalated. But it gets better.
Or the public element. A public element is an essential element of a breach of the peace. It's specifically enumerated statutorily for breach of the peace, but it's also in case law been adjudicated as being necessary for disorderly conduct. In fact, in Tennessee, our statute says in a public place. So it doesn't say that in Connecticut statute, but the courts have held that there's a public element. There has to be an exposure or at least a risk to somebody else in general public in order for disorderly conduct to be in play. So the argument that Fahey's conduct qualifies as a breach of the peace or disorderly conduct, for the most part, is null and void, in my opinion. I don't think it fits the factual circumstances. But again, you don't need assault, you don't need disorderly conduct, and you don't need breach of the peace in order for this to work in Sean Paul's favor. So let's walk through what you do actually have here that's pretty clear cut so that we can forget the argument that we need to stretch the facts and circumstances to make particular things work. Those offenses are misdemeanors. Threatening in the first degree is a felony, and that's actually what happened here. If you look at the threatening statute in Connecticut, the one to look at is threatening second degree. So let me kind of break that down for a second here. Threatening in the second degree involves intentionally placing another person in fear of imminent serious physical injury through physical threat or menacing behavior. Had Fahey walked out on his porch or even down and stood in his yard with a gun at his side, I think that's fine. But pursuing Sean Paul as he's retreating from the home, making it obvious that he is, to the extent he ever was a threat, is no longer a threat, to come up to him with an unholstered weapon down at your side, on the phone with 911, screaming and acting like a complete animal the way Fahey does. He absolutely placed Sean, or any reasonable person, when another person has a gun, not in a holster, by the way, and that matters. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Not in a holster, down by their side. All it takes is now an invitation for a physical confrontation in order for that to become a deadly force scenario. And when you combine that with the sort of close proximity pursuit that Fahey conducted of Sean Paul as he was trying to retreat, and then the intentional body checking, and then the spitting in the face, that's absolutely placing any reasonable person in fear that, hey, this is going to turn into an actual physical fight, and now there's a gun involved. There's really no argument that this is not threatening at a minimum in a second degree. But threatening in the first degree starts with the baseline of threatening in the second degree, which we've already satisfied the elements of based on Fahey's conduct. And if a firearm or another deadly weapon is used, displayed, or implied as a threat during an encounter, then you elevate that from second degree to first degree threatening, and that is a D felony under Connecticut law. So Fahey's conduct meets both thresholds. He was visibly armed. He intentionally closed the distance to within inches of Reyes. He spat in his face. He body checked him, and he continually escalated a verbal confrontation while holding an unholstered weapon and announcing himself as a Connecticut state trooper without the privilege of the self-defense that he would have been afforded back on his porch, right? All of that matters because it takes him out of the privilege of a law enforcement officer. Now, if this was in Groton or Crouton or Groton or however the hell you say it, it would be different if Fahey was not a Connecticut state trooper. But a Connecticut state trooper has statewide jurisdiction. So him announcing himself absolutely elevated himself to acting under the color of law. We'll talk about that more in a couple minutes. But this is a situation where he actually committed a much more serious offense than the ones the attorney was arguing for in the initial sort of backdrop of what happened here. Now, I don't blame him for that because we're all emotionally charged, right? These are people that he cares about. He's just sort of grasping at straws. But the problem is, if you make the argument that Fahey is guilty of breach of the peace and disorderly conduct, it at least shifts some scrutiny to Sean Paul because he's doing you know, while not nearly as egregious, he's sort of mutually involved in some of this stuff. And so I think it's bad for your client if you're making an argument that, you know, it's okay for Fahey's lawn to be public for the purposes of breach of the peace and disorderly conduct when those charges really don't carry much of a penalty at all. And it sort of places scrutiny unnecessarily on Sean Paul, when the truth is there are other arguments to be made. So let's continue and we'll finish up our other arguments to be made as it relates to these things.
Passing on my property.
That doesn't matter. You can't break the law.
Kill me.
I didn't.
You threatened to kill me online.
Right. No,
Get
I
off
did
my
not. You're a
property
liar.
right now.
You are a liar.
Right now.
Look, see the big
Get off
beautiful
my
billboard
property.
truck? It's all being recorded.
I don't care.
It's all being. I
Get
know you
off
don't
my
care.
property
'Cause you don't face any
right now.
consequences.
Get off
You don't
my
face any
property
consequences.
right now.
There's the argument made that Fahey committed defamation by saying that Sean Paul had threatened him online. Defamation requires publication to a third party who is not the subject of the statement, and it can't be privileged, okay? Statements to 911 operators are generally privileged, and statements to the police in the process of reporting what you believe to be a crime are generally privileged and not subject to action under defamation law. The only person that he's published this to is Sean, and at most the 911 dispatcher. This is really not actionable or even considerable under a defamation law or for the purposes of a defamation tort.
This is the biggest mistake you ever made.
No, it's not.
This is the biggest mistake you ever made.
No,
Get
it's
off
not.
my property right now.
It's not the biggest mistake.
Get
I
off
ever
my
made.
property right
It's
now.
not the biggest mistake. It's the
Get
biggest
off
mistake. You
my
are spit in my face.
I didn't spit in your face.
You
I
disgusting.
was spitting on you.
The public element of disorderly conduct, in my opinion, is not present back in the yard. But watch this. Watch after the spitting happens. So, in my opinion, you lose the privilege of self-defense with chasing him down, bringing a gun out, all that stuff. So we have, in my opinion, threatening second and threatening first because of the introduction to the firearm, right? All at the same time, and the spitting and all the things, right? Under the totality of the circumstances. But watch what happens here at the end. For about 50 seconds, Fahey is continuously crossing back and forth over a public sidewalk at the end of this private driveway. And Sean Paul is standing in public. Now, Connecticut does have a duty to retreat, but you have one armed guy and you have one guy acting like a complete lunatic with an unholstered gun. There is a scenario where a person sort of rolling up on the scene, not being a police officer, not knowing what's going on, could have felt like Reyes was in potential danger of death or serious bodily injury and could have shot Fahey. And I think a jury might have acquitted them in that situation because the duty to retreat only works if you have the time to do that. If you rolled up on this scene in that 50-second window where Fahey is very clearly in public and acting in such a menacing way while holding an unholstered weapon, I think it might have been reasonable for a third party to be like, uh-oh, we need to put some rounds in this guy before he kills this person. So that may not be, you know, in my hypothetical, ultimately a legal justification for use of deadly force, but it certainly makes Fahey's conduct a breach of the peace and disorderly because it's fighting words after he spit in his face and now he's actually in public. So again, you don't have to conflate the privacy of this guy's property in order to get to breach of peace and disorderly conduct. It just wasn't breach of peace and disorderly conduct back when they were on private property. But there's a full minute here where this guy's pacing back and forth and acting like a complete idiot while holding a gun and on the phone with 911, where all of those things could have elementally been met.
I'm gotta go. What a crazy psychopath. He spit in my face. No, I'm an independent journalist. Get it right, buddy. Get it right. I never threatened. He says I threatened to kill him. Ooh, I knocked on your front door. I'll get that 911 call too, buddy. Look at this guy. He probably, I'm a Connecticut State Trooper. Come help me from the camera. Come help me from the guy asking me questions, please, before I shoot him. And I did. And I did. No, you spit in my face and you're going to jail. And you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You spit in my face and you're going to, it's all right here, buddy. Right here. It's all right here. It's all right here, buddy. Look at these guys. Look. Look. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not doing anything. He just spit in my
Get over here.
face.
Get over here.
Well, I didn't break any laws.
You in a second, okay?
For what?
Because
I haven't
we
broken the
started
law.
causing a disturbance.
No.
You have
But
weapons on you?
do you have reasonable articulable suspicion I
Yes,
committed
I
a
do.
crime? What?
Yeah, I got
What is
all
it?
the-
What
I
is
got
it?
a call from a trooper.
That doesn't
that's in
matter.
his face and there's a
That's
disturbance.
It doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah,
a
it does
journalist.
matter.
I knocked on the door and
have
asked
weapons on you?
questions. No, I have no weapons
You
on
have
me.
weapons on you.
We have
right
a
there.
camera of mass destruction. I'm
Don't-
putting my camera down.
Don't move. Don't move until I get backup units. You can put it away.
What's your name?
Officer Romansky, it says right here. No, just stay right
He
here.
pulled out a gun on me for knocking on the
No,
door.
you're on his property.
I'm allowed to go on his property and knock
No.
on the door. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to learn the law, man.
No.
I'm a journalist. No, you got to learn the law.
Okay. Let's just back
I'm
up.
allowed to ask questions.
Sure.
I am.
Hey, that guy's got 8 weeks of law enforcement training. He knows the law.
Right?
8 weeks is enough, huh?
Oh yeah, they learn a lot in that 8 weeks. They learn accident reconstruction and I mean,
Yeah.
not that much math.
Skills. Very good skills. Wouldn't you say, Lolly, 8 weeks is enough?
Apparently in New England. But I mean, I've seen on a lot of these auditor channels,
They
police really don't know the law unless it's something they deal with a good bit. So I don't.
Honestly, the only
I
reason they
feel
know
like they need a lot more training
The
all
problem
the
is
way around.
they know it though. So they claim they know it, but they don't know shit.
Right, I agree.
here's what happened when an auditor, one of these auditors, was outside the dispensary. Because there's certain auditors, they'll just like go to places where people are going to be mad that you're recording them. They're trying to get somewhere. So some people were upset. So I'm like, listen, I know we can't do anything about it. He's like on the sidewalk, like he's allowed to be there. He can record anything you can see. And they're like, well, it's a problem. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll call the police. So I called the police and they're like, yeah, so we can't really do anything like that. You know, we're just going to get there and he's going to tell us we don't know the law and that's the First Amendment. And then like, he's really allowed to be there. Like they know exactly what these people are doing. And for the most part, like know that they don't know the law basically. Like these auditors know the law better than the police do.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I've seen in most of these videos by several different of these auditors. They spend the time knowing the law just so they can go make content on how unknowledgeable law enforcement officers are of the law. But like they were saying in TB stream, like this guy, the Sean guy, actually teaches law enforcement officers, and that's part of most academies now is dealing with auditors. But I just feel like it's a job they get way too quickly, and I feel like they need more education and need more age and experience before you should be able to have that kind of power.
Well, they're not gonna, most of the police like that I know are not that smart. So if you like need to educate them more, like they're not gonna have as many people. Not
Back to this.
So let me tell you why we're here.
What's wrong with you? I'm not doing anything. I have no weapons on me. I have nothing. You couldn't stop. He has the weapon.
Okay. Now let me explain something to you.
Make sure yeah, no weapons. He has the
You're
weapon.
recording. Okay. So here's the deal. So here's the disconnect here. Here's the difference. So we get a call from him. He calls 911. Hold on.
I'm not going to speak. I'm letting you speak.
Okay. When you call 911 and say you're
I'm
in a
going to record,
disturbance
okay?
with somebody, he comes code 3, like my lights are on.
You wouldn't do this for a citizen.
Yes, I would. We do
No,
it
you
for-
wouldn't. You're doing it because he's a state trooper.
No, we do
That's
it for
why. You're doing it because
citizens
he's a state
and-
trooper.
Okay. We do it for citizens every single day.
Not like this.
Yes, 100% all the time. If we think there's an active disturbance, then we respond code 3, which means lights and sirens, and we're in an emergency response.
Do you see the spit on my face?
I don't.
You don't see the
Really
spit on my
don't.
face? Well, I have it on camera. He
Okay.
spit in my
So-
face. I want him arrested. He spit in my face.
Alright.
On camera.
Okay.
I want you to lock him up. He spit in my face. You understand that?
Okay.
If I spit in your face, what would happen to me?
Here, listen.
I knocked on a door and he spit in my face. You can't do that.
Okay, I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. So let's just take a step
There's
back
spit
here.
all over.
So
I'm gonna go get DNA test on his spit
go
so you
ahead.
can see it.
Go do what you gotta do. Let's find out what happened. The whole story.
All right, I'm gonna tell you really quick what happened. Okay.
No, tell me. Take me.
Okay.
Now, why I think that Sean was charged with voyeurism and why he potentially opened himself up to that, although I don't think it's an appropriate charge, I actually have a little bit of a conspiracy theory as to why he was charged with voyeurism. So the elements of voyeurism with malice under Connecticut law, this is a CGS 53A 189. AA1. So it's a Class D felony when all the following are proven beyond reasonable doubt: that the defendant photographed, filmed, videotaped, or otherwise recorded the image of another person knowingly, that they did so knowing what they were doing, that they had a malice, which basically means that they're going to cause pain or distress or embarrassment without consent, and they did it to something that is not in plain view where there was a reasonable expectation of privacy. So when Sean Paul walks up to the door, he rings the doorbell and immediately steps off. Again, I'm glad he did it because I think he's doing it to avoid confrontation, but it also insulates him from any claim that there was voyeurism. And I think it's obvious that a critical understanding of the statute and a critical analysis of the statute, that this arrest lacked probable cause. But the reason I think they did it is because Sean was so traumatized by being spat upon that he pushed these officers to charge something. And except for limited circumstances, you can't make a warrantless arrest for a misdemeanor that didn't occur in your presence in Connecticut. There's like an immediacy clause, and there's a couple things going on. These officers came well after the confrontation was over. Sure, there was evidence on tape, but I don't think that this situation would have qualified for an arrest for a misdemeanor that didn't occur in their presence. And so I believe that they arrested Sean for two reasons. One, I think that if they were going to arrest somebody, it was going to be him. They weren't going to arrest Fahey. And so they arrested him for a felony because they couldn't arrest for a misdemeanor that didn't occur in their presence. And two, that is abuse of process, and it sets Fahey up to go ask for a protective order because now Sean has these pending charges. Now, we all know they'll probably be dismissed, but they're pending right now, which set Fahey up to at least file for an ex parte order, which are generally granted just based on the allegations and the circumstances. So Fahey goes in, he files an order of protection ex parte and says, hey, this guy showed up at my house, had a billboard truck, he was threatening me, he's threatened to kill me in the past. Again, all of that may be a lie, and it may be criminal for a false report or perjury under the court's rules, but it's not defamation because that stuff is privileged when you're making the arguments to a court or to the police. But I think that they arrested him so that they could set Fahey up to get a protective order and so that they could make an arrest on the scene, and they couldn't do it for a misdemeanor that didn't occur in their presence. So that's what I think, and the reason that he was arrested for voyeurism. And I think the main saving grace was that he just rung the doorbell and stepped off and was 25 feet away from the actual porch when Fahey ultimately told him to leave. So in addition to the other offenses, we have reckless endangerment in the second degree under CGS 53A 64. It's a Class B misdemeanor, but it's where the defendant engaged in conduct, and that conduct created a risk of physical injury to another person. Reckless endangerment in the first degree, CGS 53A 63, is a Class A misdemeanor. Here's my argument for that. He intentionally walked inside. He intentionally got a gun. He took all of that into account, and yet he did not bring a holster. I can tell you as a former police officer, there's no chance that there wasn't a readily available off-duty, outside the waistband or inside the waistband holster that he could have put that firearm in. Holstered weapon says readiness. It says restraint. It says reasonable. An unholstered weapon, when you're a law enforcement officer down at your side and you understand that you may be starting a physical confrontation, that is reckless endangerment 100%. Not the spitting, which was what the focus of some of the legal analysis was. Yes, there's a stretch that spitting in someone's mouth, if you have bloodborne diseases or something like that, could create a risk of serious bodily injury. But the gun, unholstered, in conjunction with the menacing conduct, also creates reckless endangerment in the first degree under Connecticut law. So this is an easy win for Reyes without venturing into things that also invite scrutiny into his conduct. That's why reckless endangerment probably applies here for Fahey, but not for Reyes. Now, what does this mean as far as claims for Sean? Well, it's pretty obvious that Fahey acted here under color of law. He repeatedly identified himself as a Connecticut state trooper during the incident. He used his authority, his badge status, and his firearm in confrontation. Keep in mind that when the police officer talking to Sean Paul, they're like, well, you came to a trooper's house, not you came to a citizen's house. They specifically said you came to a trooper, meaning that they considered their response to this call as a response to a fellow law enforcement officer. That, him acting under the color of law, opens the door for a 1983 claim for First Amendment retaliation because of the filming and the billboard and Fahey's conduct under the color of law. So that opens up the Connecticut State Police. But because of the fact that the Groton PD sort of cooked the books here and tried to help Fahey, instead of observing this objectively, they've opened themselves up for some federal lawsuits too. So in my opinion, here are the claims that are possible under these circumstances for Sean Paul. So you got First Amendment retaliation, because this is a clearly protected activity, filming a public official and engaging in speech on matters of public concern, right? First Amendment all day long. Fahey responded by pursuing him with a firearm, spitting in his face, repeatedly invoking his role as a state trooper, indicating that the conduct was motivated by animus towards Sean Paul's free speech. That sort of response to someone exercising their rights would chill a person of ordinary firmness in exercising that right. That's why it qualifies as a free speech retaliation, because there's a causal connection between the exercising of the right and the response and what an ordinary person would do in the face of such a response to exercising their rights. Most people don't have the backbone that Sean Paul Reyes has. They're not going to do this ever, ever, ever again. So that would chill an ordinary person. So that's why we got a First Amendment retaliation claim here on the state police. And then you have excessive use of force under color of law for state police. So you got a Fourth Amendment violation, in my opinion, too, because Fahey used unreasonable force under the circumstance. But as far as Groton PD is concerned, I believe they conspired with Fahey to abuse process, malicious prosecution, First Amendment retaliation on their part too, because they really didn't arrest him until he kept pushing and kept criticizing their response. So that is First Amendment retaliation. It's also First Amendment retaliation because they repeatedly mentioned his approach to the door, his exercising his First Amendment rights with the billboard, all that stuff. All that was part of their calculus and the totality of the circumstances for them to make an arrest. So they, I think, are subject to retaliation claim as well under the First Amendment. But then we have an arrest for a felony that clearly lacks probable cause. All of those are Fourth Amendment claims that can be made under a 1983 lawsuit. And I think you got a Monell claim for Fahey because you got two previous incidents where they didn't do anything to him as a result of what he did in public at his job. And so you have maybe like the best and worst thing that could have ever happened to Sean Paul Reyes was this incident, because now he's got basically these two police departments on the hook as it relates to 1983 claims. He's like kryptonite to police departments. So in closing, the only thing I want to say that I think is sort of critical of Sean is that he's too smart to have not foreseen what Fahey would have done. And I think it would have been better if he had done some preliminary research as far as the GIS survey to figure out where the public and private parts of the property were. I think that it both helped him and hurt him that we had like a 500-foot or more driveway. I'm not sure that he knew that up front. I think it both helped him and hurt him because it made Fahey come so far out away from his home that it made his response unreasonable. But had he actually wanted to use deadly force, I think it put Sean in a really serious threatening situation. And I think that he probably would not do that again. Again, I've never talked to him. I think what he does is great, and I fully support his work. That would just be my guess as to what his position would be on it now. The other thing is, I think that it might have been wiser to get this interaction on film and add it to your sort of catalog and highlight reel of Fahey and bring the billboard separate, because to the extent that
Mary B, this guy really can't talk.
Yeah, he's very chatty.
A moment to interrupt him, but I couldn't.
He just keeps going.
Yeah, good at it. Talkative little guy.
Yeah, he's got opinions. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No.
Can I pick that dog?
No.
Can I pick that dog?
No,
Can I pick that dog?
He's telling them everything. Yes, he is, Connor.
Can I pick that dog?
No.
Can I pick that dog?
No.
You gonna pick that dog?
No,
You
he's
gonna
sleeping.
pick that dog?
No.
So I guess we're gonna finish this video, huh?
Yeah. What you haven't? Did anyone else send you anything?
No, not yet.
Hey, come on, people. Get some stuff.
With malice on the voyeurism was even possible. It was basically made possible by the fact that he brought that truck, because you couldn't even prove that Sean used his camera while he was up there. You really couldn't prove malice, but that truck makes it hard to make the argument that there wasn't some at least harmful or malicious intent, even though it may be protected speech. I think it would have been wiser to not have both of those things happening at the same time. So that would be my only criticism for Sean. And I think that based on the fact that he had 2 previous interactions with this guy, and this guy acted completely unhinged in public at the state police headquarters, at work, that he should have expected that his conduct would have been worse at his own home. So those are really the only criticisms that I have of Sean. But again, it's easy to sit back here from the comfort of my chair in my office, not putting my life on the line for this kind of stuff, and make Monday morning quarterback judgments about what Sean did. Overall, 99.99%, I absolutely support what he did. Although I think that maybe if he'd had a second bite at the apple, he might not have done things the same way. But anyway, I just wanted to give my analysis. You guys have asked for it. That's where I land on it. I do think there are some serious issues. Those are my thoughts on it.
Absolutely brilliant. I typically give commentary on videos that I show on my channel that aren't mine. In this case, it wasn't necessary. I couldn't have done it any better. I always tell.
Pretty good.
Yeah. He said it all.
So there's something else we hadn't watched in a while. Some Be in Trouble 31.
Oh yeah, let's check him out.
This was his last video.
I want to just let this play out, but first I want to thank everyone who has donated. We've got almost $1,000. I'm going to keep going for another week. We're supposed to move in tonight, and I'll update more on a different video. This is not the one.
Attorney Campbell, Attorney Diavolo. Good morning, Mr. Downey.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Attorney Campbell, he was arraigned yesterday. However, I wanted to give you the opportunity if you wanted the reading or not.
I would waive the formal reading.
All right.
The plea of not guilty.
Thank you. All right. Attorney Diavolo.
Yes, Your Honor. So the Commonwealth would be requesting a $250,000 cash bail, as well as the Commonwealth's requested pretrial conditions of release, which was filed yesterday. Those include 9 conditions of release, as well as an attached map for an exclusion zone with a GPS. The Commonwealth believes that a $250,000 cash bail is necessary here to ensure the defendant's return to court. I would point out first the defendant's resources. I believe through the public records database, he made up close to $280,000 last year. The other thing I would like to point out to Your Honor is he is facing 4 charges right now that contain 10-year mandatory minimum state prison sentences. Pointing to the facts of the case as well, I would also point out to the strengths of the Commonwealth's case. So here, Mr. Downey is charged with an aggravated rape of a child. It's the same child both on March 26th and on May 11th. Mr. Downey is alleged to have penetrated the penis of the child utilizing his finger on the first offense, and then utilizing his penis also on the first offense. And then on the second offense.
Do you hear it cutting out?
I do hear that.
Okay. It's probably in the video because he's cutting the video and shit.
Right.
All right, just checking.
Which was the May 11th offense. He's alleged to have had the child perform oral on him and then penetrated again with his. The Commonwealth's evidence to lead to the identification of Mr. Downey started with a forensic interview of that child. Through that forensic interview, the Commonwealth was able to collect screenshots from Snapchat for the communications that the Commonwealth alleges was Mr. Downey, where they are negotiating a price. The child says to the individual who's asking for the price of $50 again, which is in reference to the March 26th incident. The child essentially says that's too low. I'm 14. I'm young, and you're asking me to commit a crime. And the defendant responds with, "How about?"
Yeah, that feels good, horse.
That's not just a cactus anymore.
Mm-mm.
Or whatever it is. Whatever that is. It's funny. Saw it in the video yesterday when we played it silently. Because you can throw that good music in there. You can't do all.
The process of the identification, as well as the juvenile also provided us with a partial plate of the vehicle, a description of the suspect, and a description of the vehicle that was utilized. We also had text message communications with the juvenile's friend, who he was having a sleepover with that night. That provided us a very detailed window of when he was picked up by the defendant and when he was dropped off by the defendant. Utilizing that information, we were able to collect video surveillance from the South Bay Mall off an apartment building that's facing a parking lot area that was described by that juvenile. A black Chrysler 300 is observed in the video, lining up with the drive time of when the text message from the juvenile was sent to his friend saying he's here. It was approximately.
And this is about the cop up where you live now, right, Mary B?
Oh, in Haverhill? Is that where it was?
I don't know where it is in Massachusetts. I just know it is in Massachusetts.
Is it the one that JFK keeps talking about?
I don't know. I have no idea. It may be though, because Be in Trouble hangs out in there a lot. So
we'll check it out.
I was just trying to give some reference because it didn't really get to any kind of reference. It just started this.
Yeah, and doesn't say anything on his.
Something is wrong with Massachusetts law enforcement. The first of many was JOK suspicious. So maybe he'll do some explaining in a minute.
One minute drive, and the vehicle utilized the path that Google Maps recommends. The vehicle remains parked for a period of 10 minutes. At that point is when the Commonwealth is alleging the rape of the child occurred. And the vehicle left at approximately 1:04 a.m. from that South Bay Plaza Mall, driving along a different roadway than it approached, which again follows the path of travel from Google Maps. And Google Maps refers to about a 2-minute drive time. And the child reached out to his friend at approximately 1:07 a.m., indicating that he was dropped off. We were able to issue subpoenas to Snapchat for the username from the Snapchat conversations. With that username and that information that we received from Snapchat themselves, we were able to get IP logs. Those IP logs provided the defendants an IP address that was found to be associated with the defendant through further subpoenas with Comcast. There were also IP logs from Snapchat that show a static IP address from the city of Boston. Further into the investigation, once we learned the defendant's identity from that, we did a cursory look of the address of the defendant's house, and in front of his house, perpendicular to the house, is a Chrysler 300 vehicle that's black and has black tinted windows, which matches the description of the child. We initially did a partial plate query with no results. Once we learned that Mr. Downey was a member of the Boston Police Department and actively working at Boston Police Headquarters, the Massachusetts State Police went and did a canvass of the area, the different parking areas for Boston Police HQ, found a vehicle matching the description that was missing the first digit and was 1 digit off on the plate from what the juvenile provided. That license plate came back again to Mr. Paul Downey with the same address that was used from the records that were received from Comcast. The same phone number that was on Snapchat was also associated with Comcast, and the phone that was recovered off of Mr. Downey also had that same phone number, the phone being what was recovered at the time of arrest. Lastly, as the last step, we did a photo array with the juvenile in question on Friday, and the juvenile initially made a positive ID with a 90% certainty of that identity. The positive ID was a licensed R&B photo of Paul Downey. So with the evidence that's pushed against Mr. Downey, understanding he has no record, he is facing severe penalties with 4 different counts that contain 10-year mandatory minimum sentences. the evidence that we have and the strengths of the Commonwealth's case, as well as its financial resources, the Commonwealth does suggest to this court that a $250,000 cash bail is necessary to ensure his return to court. And relating to the pretrial conditions of release, the Commonwealth would suggest those conditions of release are necessary to ensure the safety of the victim and any potential future victims.
Wait, you said you passed those up already?
Yes.
Madam Clerk, do you have those? Madam Clerk, do you have those conditions of release? Have you had a chance to look at the proposed conditions?
For the record, there's no objection to the proposed conditions of release of the Commonwealth is requested.
Okay. All right, I don't have those, Mr. Diablo. Can you tell me?
I have extra copies, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I have them, Mr. Diablo. All right, so okay, all right. Anything else, Mr. Diablo?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Attorney Campbell.
Thank you, Your Honor. Recognizing the severity of the allegations that are before the court today and recognizing the Commonwealth's request, the primary purpose of bail is to ensure Mr. Downey's reappearance in court. And he has no record, there's no indication that he otherwise would not come to court. $250 is far outside of the realm of what he can post. What I would ask Your Honor to do is impose no more than a $40,000 cash bail, as that is the upper limit of what his family could post. I think with respect to Mr. Downey and his family, he does have some family in the audience today. He does live with his 25-year-old child full-time. He is a high school graduate. He's a military veteran of the Marine Corps. Obviously, as Your Honor knows, he was a member of the Boston Police for 30 plus years, obviously did the academy as a result of that. He's been in Boston his entire life, has several cousins and other family members here. He is not at risk of flight. He has been, and all accounts suggest that he has been nothing but compliant and cordial with not only his arrest, but also today as he has been here. With respect to, obviously the allegations are serious. We are not making a probable cause objection at this time, but I would ask Your Honor to impose no more than a $40,000 cash bail. And as I stated, no objection to the proposed conditions of release that the Commonwealth is asking for.
I thank you, Attorney Campbell. And are you entering your appearance for bail purposes only?
For bail purposes only, please, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you both. I do find that the serious nature of the charges that Mr. Downey faces, as well as the potential penalties on all of these, on the multiple counts, and his financial resources do pose a risk of flight. So the bill will be set in the amount of $250,000 cash, and the Commonwealth's requested conditions will be imposed. What date for probable cause, Attorney Campbell? And understanding you won't be appearing, if you could just pick a date.
Your Honor, if I can request July 29th, please.
July 29th.
Thank you.
All right, and do you know if Mr. Downey's family has had a chance to reach out to potential counsel?
In my conversations with the Commonwealth, it does appear that there is one attorney that they have spoken with. I intend to reach out to them, but I otherwise have no confirmation.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And Your Honor, the Commonwealth also yesterday filed motion to impound or redact confidential information and motion to restrict distribution of electronic audio and visual recordings. That's that those be allowed without prejudice. Main basis, if he doesn't retain counsel between now and the probable cause date, I'd be turning over a lot of discovery, so I'd ask that those be in place.
It's a different one. It's different. It's different from this one.
Lawlene, you feel better tonight? Or still feel bad?
Marlene's not here.
She may not be.
I guess not. She'll be back.
No,
Sure
I'm
did
here. I was typing something long in Discord,
not
and if
play.
I closed it, I was gonna lose y'all. I was gonna lose everything I typed. No, I feel much better. I even mowed the front yard today.
Well, that's a good thing to do after you just had pancreatitis.
I did the backyard yesterday and took a shower right before we went online, and I was just zonked. Like all my energy was gone, but I feel much better today.
Nice.
Well, good. So that
Hopefully, I'll
means
feel like doing all the weed eating
sharper.
tomorrow. That's the worst part is all the weed eating.
Yeah. Are you still weed eating the whole thing?
What do you mean? Like, there's a lot of weed.
Well, last time you couldn't get the mower crank.
Oh no, I found the mower key like
Oh,
2 months ago. So yeah, I was push mowing everything. So now I'm riding mowing it, so it's easy. But the weed eating part still sucks.
yeah. It always sucks to weed eat.
Yeah, I just put in chat. I watched when I was going to bed last night, I put on this Sam Cooke documentary, and he was talking about how when they were touring in the South, how everything was, and then he got on Emmett Till. Do you know who that is, Danny?
Mm,
I'm sure you read my. I mean, it happened in Mississippi, so I
Byron
assume.
Diesel Beckwith.
Huh?
Who it is? I know
I
all
got
about
on Wikipedia and read everything about that and the trial and everything that happened afterwards, and that was absolutely intriguing. It's horrible,
yeah.
but for someone who doesn't know that story, I'm telling y'all, that's something y'all should read on. That was astonishing.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is.
The
It's all
kid.
those things. It's pointless, really, what it
Yeah.
was.
And then how like the trial was all white men on the jury. They were allowed to drink and stuff while they sat in the jury box. Like it was insane.
What the
Big,
fuck?
having a big old time. Yeah.
And the guys that eventually were acquitted ended up selling their story and confessing to how they murdered this 14-year-old boy and lynched him and then put him in the river or water or whatever. And when the
Oh,
defensive case was that it wasn't the boy, it was actually a white kid that they pulled out of the water. So they actually exhumed his body. I think it was in 2005 to do the DNA to prove it was him. And I mean, it's insane. Like, it's one of those stories, like, you'll never forget it once you read about it. And the mom insisted on having an open casket funeral for everyone to see how horrible racism in the South was.
I remember it as a kid.
Yeah, the pictures are online. It's
For a
awful.
long time.
And there are other documentaries, like I haven't watched a documentary on it, but in the Wikipedia, it was talking about several documentaries that have been made. But man, that got me last night.
Yeah, it's a big story. Went on for a lot of years. I believe it was, oh God, I can't remember the year that he was.
I think
You
it was
just read it last night.
63.
Yeah.
I think it was 63 that the lynching occurred. But just Google Emmett Till and read that Wikipedia article. Like it is extremely informative. Go through the whole thing because it will go through, how he ended up in Mississippi, what happened that night and that day, and everything that happened during the trial and everything that happened after the trial. It was just extremely intriguing, but horrible. Just
Yeah, those are hard stories. I don't even want to talk about that no more.
Your Honor, to that end, I would just ask that it be without prejudice or no action taken on those motions until this entity is appointed and retained.
Okay. And this is for the distribution of electronic and audiovisual recordings.
That, and then there's also a motion to impound or redact confidential information.
Okay, all right. There's one more.
I think.
That's without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Shows us everything I have in here.
I have another copy.
Thank you, Mr. Diallo.
Okay, so Mr. Downey, you're being held on $250,000 cash bail. Carmel's motion for the pretrial conditions of release has been allowed. Matter's been continued now to July 29th. That's going to be for probable cause. Mr. Downey, be aware if by chance you make the bail, if you get rearrested.
Maybe what are y'all feeding the cops up there? Y'all feeding them some kind of special diet or something? What are y'all doing?
I'm not feeding them anything. They can starve for all I care. Sorry.
Damn. It'd be different if it was like 1 or 2, but this, after you go through Sandra Birchmore, Karen Reed, this, and a couple of other things, it's like, how many of them are left?
Yeah, just en route, Enrique, but then you've got the cases that have happened since Karen, like this one and the one that David Yanetti's representing, which I think he was BPD.
Exactly. At
But
some point, you got to be like, oh shit, this isn't just a small portion of them representing the whole group.
that's
Hell,
what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they vet these people and educate them well enough for the type job they're going to be doing.
I thought, well,
Well, and if they go in, try to be like good and not, you know, cover up for you, then, you know, they, I don't know, basically get like pushed out. It's essential for them to keep their job, to cover up the things that fellow cops do.
it's crazy what y'all are doing to these cops up there.
I know.
They don't have to do a lot of police work. I guess you got that going for them.
No, they're too busy breaking the law.
Busy. Like, this is my turf.
Yeah, so it's a lot of work to cover up all these things that they do.
Yeah, I think you.
Honestly, I mean, I know it seems like things are obviously worse in Massachusetts right now because of all of the stuff coming out in the news, but
Well, let's just say that it's just being shown in Massachusetts.
right, like we had 3
Everywhere.
arrests in Louisiana this week where law enforcement officers were, doing fraud. So there's been a lot of money fraud stuff here in Louisiana lately, money and drug fraud type stuff with law enforcement officers, which I don't know. I think they just can't resist the temptation because they do have a lot of power and access to stuff. So if they're not screened thoroughly and followed thoroughly throughout their career.
Cops got power over everybody and fuck your life up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of times it's like they just do it because they can. Like it's just to prove.
I mean, they go to work irritated just like you do. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not as bad as Mary B, but they do go to work irritated, you know.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
they have bad days too, and then their bad day becomes somebody else's worst day.
Exactly. And like, how can you not have a bad day when like you're having to deal with the shit they deal with, you know? But doesn't give you a right to friggin' hurt innocent people.
Yeah, they told you that at the obstacle course. The
obstacle course?
Yeah, that's what they do in the academy. They run a fucking obstacle course.
Yeah, and it's just that's not even like the type of crime that's happening these days.
You don't have to finish it now if you don't even want it. If you don't want to take it, you just don't.
We have tests, but you don't have to take them.
Yeah.
No, I definitely believe most of the officers I see couldn't get through an obstacle course.
I know. You see,
Yeah,
like I'm not lying about it. They're supposed to be PT. You know.
Oh no! Like,
you don't see any 400-pound firemen trying to slide down the fucking pole, do you?
No, they're all very fit around here.
Yeah, so why aren't the cops? I mean, some of them are, granted, but
yeah, the ones that like just started.
yeah, coming out of the obstacle course is so fucking hard.
I just got this Paul Blart image right now.
Yeah.
But it is true. Like most of them could not pursue anyone on foot.
Oh God. No, not these fast people they be chasing, you know. But they got them radios way faster than you. Learn that stuff.
And on any other criminal offense, you could be held without bail for up to 90 days. July 29th.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you.
Now, you think that would be the end of the story for a while until July 29th when he goes back to court. But no. This is Massachusetts. And somehow over the holiday weekend of 4th of July, I guess he found a judge that was willing to reduce his bond. And I'm sure he'll probably be out by the time you all watch this. And I'm just beyond disgusted. I don't know what to say. Continue watching for the outcome. Now, just today, they lowered his bail from $250,000 to $50,000, which probably isn't even full cash, so he can probably 10%, which is $5,000. What is going on with the system in Massachusetts?
Yeah, the stuff they do publicly is way different than the stuff they do, the stuff that really happens.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, let's see what else he's got. He got this one from 2 weeks ago, but that's 50 minutes. I don't know if I can be in trouble more than 31 minutes, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Did we watch his Karen is free video?
I don't think
How long is
10 minutes.
I don't remember his.
Yeah, me neither.
I think we'll just go ahead and watch it then, okay?
Yeah.
You have a thumbs up on it, like you may have watched it.
Yeah, I might have. No doubt about that.
The deliberating jurors remain standing. Defendant remains standing. All other parties may be seated.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that 12 deliberating jurors and 6 alternates are present.
Yes.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman, members of the jury, have you agreed upon a verdict? Yeah. Thank you. May I see the papers? Mr. Foreman, have the verdicts been placed in this envelope and have they been in your presence ever since?
I got to stop it. This is good right here, isn't it?
Knowing what we know now, yeah.
That second, it
At
was
the
good.
time, I was losing my crap.
I know. At that time, the anticipation had built up so much. It was like nerve-wracking. It was crazy.
I was standing up probably 6 inches in front of my big TV, like hands in the air, like I'm at church.
Mr. Foreman, on docket number 2282 CR 117001, murder in the second degree, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty? Not guilty. So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree? Yes. Do all of you agree? Yes. Thank you. 002, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty? Not guilty. Is not guilty or guilty of that charge or any lesser included charge? Thank you. Specifically, number 5. Operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct? Yes. So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you. 003. What say is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court records that you upon your oath say the defendant on 001 is not guilty, on 002 is guilty of operating under the influence of liquor, and 003 not guilty. Thank you.
All right, jurors, everybody please be seated. Jurors, we thank you for your service. We're going to send you back. Your service is complete. I'd like to come back and talk to you for a little bit afterwards. So thank you very much.
All rise. Call me.
Ooh, this shit's good, ain't it? Yeah.
The crowd is just like.
I skipped back on accident.
I mean, does anybody else feel bad watching Paul's reaction? Like his hope was so high when they messed up on count 2.
He thought he fucking had it. He was.
Well, they said not guilty, and his head went down. But then they were like, of a lesser included, and he kind of like popped up real quick, like, oh, we might still have her. And then they said count 5, and he just shook his head and put his head back down.
So sorry.
What say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not?
You wrong. So
say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree? Yes.
Do all of you agree? Thank you. 002, what say is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty? Not guilty. Of? Is not guilty or guilty about that charge or any lesser included charge? Thank you. Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct? Yes. So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? Yes. 003, what say is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Is the defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court records that you upon your oath say the defendant on 001 is not guilty. 7001, murder in the second degree. What say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty? Not guilty. So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree? Yes. Do all of you agree? Yes. Thank you. 002, what say is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty? Not guilty. Of? Is not guilty or guilty about that charge or any lesser included charge? Thank you. Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct? Yes. So say you, Mr. Foreman? Yes. So say you all? Yes. 003, what say is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Is the defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? Jurors, hearken your...
Bam.
I should have been there.
Mary B was going to be there.
I was there the day before. They should have just done this the day before.
You were there though. That's all that matters. That makes you boots on the ground. Free Karen Reed movement.
Yeah.
You, Ian, Sweet Woman, Cheryl.
No, Cheryl was the MVP.
Yeah, Cheryl down there. I think Cheryl.
Like that's who we would look for. Like if you wanted to go to the trial, look for Cheryl. She'll take care of you.
Yep. She took Mary Wickham with her one day. Gave Mary a ride down there. Mary Wickham came on the show, which she didn't hang out anymore. It's probably too late for her or whatever, but I hang out with her every morning in Tom's chat. Anyways, Mary Wickham hitched a ride with Cheryl with an S down to the courthouse, and Cheryl scared her to death.
Well, Cheryl just knows how to drive around here. Like that's how you get places. You got to do that stuff.
Mary said they did a 4-lane change.
Yeah.
Where has Mary been?
Mary Wickham? Oh, no, I didn't see
her
that either. But
I hope she's okay.
yeah, I'm sure she's fine. Probably just taking a break.
Yeah.
She's up early in there and with Tom and Mike. So she'll hang out every now and then.
Yeah, that's good.
If this continues to play, I just love watching Turtle Boy's face.
Yeah.
On your oath, say the defendant on 001 is not guilty, on 002 is guilty of operating under the influence of liquor, and 003 not guilty. Thank you.
All right, jurors, everybody please be seated. Jurors, we thank you for your service. We're going to send you back to services complete. I'd like to come back and talk to you for a little bit afterwards. So thank you very much.
That's what'll get you right there. If anything's gonna get you, that'll get you.
I cannot imagine.
She's having a whole Davy and Eddie up. She's like, holy shit.
I mean,
such a nice
3
guy.
years of this stuff.
He really cares.
That was probably a very tense moment for him too.
Well, especially when you know your client's innocent, but they could go to jail if you feel like you didn't do your job. Like, man.
All right,
That
we'll
would
let
be
it
horrible.
start it over again.
Rise.
I could though. We could just watch that for a while till I don't know.
It never gets old.
Yeah, that could just be your lives, just watching this over and over again.
4 hours and 20 minutes.
Just extend it to the DePietro and Turtle Boy walkout and stuff too, though.
Oh yeah.
With the cat drugged in.
That cartoon of
Cherry.
that.
What's up, Cherry?
Yeah.
You get your own little ticker.
I had to make sure she spelled all that right before I put it up there. She gets pissed. She's like, she's trained Angel. to scream at me if I don't pin the fucking message quick enough.
Yeah. Putting the hammer down.
But we miss Cherry. I'm ready for the awkwardness to go away so Cherry can be here. You know, you know what I mean, Mary B?
I heard you.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
never,
hear
didn't say
snoring?
what you mean. I can't hear the dog snoring, no.
You can't? Okay. I don't want people to think like I'm farting or something. Like just not saying anything. It's like really loud and like kind of like fart sounding.
Well, hopefully nobody is accusing you of that.
Well, if anyone is listening, that is the dog snoring, just so you know.
So they will now that you brought it up. Now that you made him aware.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cherry, for hanging out. Yeah. I really want to start it over again. Try not.
Can you please exit the courtroom immediately? Karen Reed?
Not yet.
Hold on, everyone. Karen Reed. Ms. Reed, can I have your attention? As required.
All right, now y'all done got us going on it. So Mary B and Lawlene, see if y'all can find some kind of new, updated, anything that y'all want to watch about Karen Reed. We'll just do that the rest of the show.
All right.
Gotta be some good stuff on now. I've been trying not to play a lot of it, but we can do it now.
I mean, it's just been a bunch of drama lately with AKR and the whole federal thing. Like, I don't know, as far as new information out that's not about the civil stuff. I don't think.
Well, nothing. It doesn't have to be new. Just something good that you want to watch. Yeah, I bet Jerry has missed somebody else.
We've been taking care of it in your absence.
Now that Cherry's here, he'll be here to scold me very soon, I'm sure, about something.
Yeah, she'll figure something out.
Yeah, she'll find something. There's no doubt. I mean, I already know.
You can hear it, right? You can hear it. I knew it.
I can hear it. You hear it coming? Yep. All the way from England.
By statute, I must inform you that the records regarding the charges that you have been found not guilty will be sealed by the Commissioner of Probation by the court unless you notify the Commissioner of Probation in writing within 10 days that you do not want these records sealed. To request that these records not be sealed, you may use the request not to seal form, which is posted on the trial court's website on mass.gov. I cannot accept the form here in court. You must submit it to the Commissioner of Probation at the address provided on the form. Please be aware that if the records regarding the charges which you have been found not guilty are sealed, you will be unable to access the sealed record of the not guilty dispositions or any other records regarding those charges. If you want copies of any documents regarding those charges before the records are sealed, you should request copies from the court within 10 days. Do you understand? Thank you.
All right, so we need a date for sentencing. Can we do it next week?
And we would be prepared to go forward today.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that awful voice in so long. It just like triggered me. Ugh, hate that guy.
And this is Be in Trouble's video, so I don't know where he's going with it, but I can watch it.
All right, so Mr. Yannetti, you ready to go forward today as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, Mr. Brennan, what's the Commonwealth's recommendation?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth moves for sentencing. We recommend probation 1 year, 24D program.
So the standard that everybody else gets on their first time OUI?
Certainly.
Okay. So I'm happy to do it. All right, thank you all.
1 year probation, 1 year probation on docket number 002, the lesser included offense of operating under the influence, 1 year probation. Thank you. The 24D program. Thank you.
All right.
Goodbye.
That is a good one, Mary B. Turtle Boy's speech from the steps of the courthouse.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that in a while, have you?
No, that's a good one. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a little throwback Friday. I like this.
Yeah, it's Throwback Friday because I'm in Mississippi and I can't spell.
Throwback.
Throwback Friday. Throwback
Throwback.
Friday. Yes. Let's see if I can find it.
I just want to say two things. Number one is I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team financially and, more importantly, emotionally for almost 4 years. And the second thing I want to say is no one has fought harder.
Mary B. Diane just found out my secret weapon. If you're still awake.
Oh, yes, yes, that's right. It happens. It happens. You can replay it when you really do have to sleep.
The last channel was rated really high in the sleep pattern video genres. Yeah. Always tell people we're coming in at 852 hertz. It's perfect for sleep.
Yeah, and if people will watch the replays while they sleep, then we'll get a lot of watch hours out of that.
REM sleep, strong sleep. Not one of those sleeps that you get rich off of. You seen those on there? Because I play those when I go to sleep because it plays relaxing sounds.
I like to listen to like history, stories about history.
Well, if you listen to those sleep sound things while you go to sleep, and it's one of the get rich ones, you should get rich.
Yeah, I tried that a couple times. I've been trying to do it for what do you call it, for lucid dreaming, and it didn't work.
How do you know?
Do that. Because if you lucid dream, you're supposed to remember.
You don't know. You didn't listen to it right. That's all it is.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to do them 5 to 10 times before they work.
You got to do it repetitively for sure.
Yeah.
For John O'Keefe than I have, and my team. Thank you.
You want to see it reopened? Karen, you want to see the case reopened? Should the case be reopened? No, the case cannot be reopened. This case is over. No, I mean, the case is larger for someone else. What did you say? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it to Karen and her dad. Her dad has a comment. Let her dad make the comment. Mr. O'Keefe.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. I want to acknowledge the strength of our daughter Karen, the support of the entire Reed extended family. I want to acknowledge the greatest team of attorneys. Our first one that we found was David Yannetti. We added Alan Jackson and Liza Little. Bob Alessi, you know about. All right. It was a fantastic team, but we needed them all to defeat this. We thank everybody for their support from the heart. We love you all of the content providers. You help spread the word. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
You know, that's us too, because Mary B and them are boots on the ground.
Yeah, content provider.
Providing that content. We had a roll. We were rolling pretty good on the last channel. That's for sure. We were rolling pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Better than this channel. I'll tell you that.
Cheryl.
What's up, Cheryl? We were just telling
Cheryl
them
got to be there.
the time you scared Mary Whitcomb to death.
We love that story.
It's a good story.
I think it makes you badass, Cheryl.
I wish Mary Whitcomb was here to tell it. Because she's got that hard Boston accent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. It's hilarious. What's up, Cheryl? What you doing? We're just doing some FKR.
It's Throwback Friday.
Yep. Throwback Friday.
Let's do this.
Yeah, it was wild. That was great. Yeah, I was on the way home from work. I can't remember a lot of things, but I remember where I was at. Free Karen Reed.
I do remember you were on Discord because I was so worried that you had no clue what was going on. So I was glad to see you comment, and I'm like, yay, he knows.
Yeah, I was watching on my phone while I was driving. Actually, across where I've been putting those thumbnails, I've been taking pictures every morning and afternoon coming home. If I had a good camera, some of these places that I have to go work, it's like picturesque in the morning. It's weird. Be
Yeah,
fucking
and I'm sure the videos don't do them any justice either, but you can tell how beautiful they are.
no. Some of these houses in this area, there's a few bald eagles. Every now and then you'll catch one of them.
Wow.
Massive bird. Massive. Beautiful birds. Terrifying to anything smaller than them. But really pretty bird. I think we got all we're gonna get out of that one. Let's see what this one's all about. Oh, unmute it.
My kids got on the bus, so they made sure my kids saw it happen. That's how depraved these individuals are. And I hope you all realize that now. I'm here right now because I'm exposing corruption. I'm exposing what really happened to John O'Keefe and the powerful and well-connected people who murdered him and cover up his murder. And this is what the state does to you when you do that. But several months from now, it will not be me standing on these courthouse steps. It will be the so-called victims. That's who will be here. Because ultimately justice will prevail and truth will prevail, and they will never shut me up. They will never, ever, ever stop me from reporting the truth about what happened to John O'Keefe. Have you made $5 million off of this? What an absurd and ridiculous. I wish. No, I have not made $5 million off of this. How much have you made? I have no idea. How much you make? No, how much you make? How much you make? I'm a reporter.
Get him.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I was arrested for it today.
What's up?
You were the one who were arrested.
I was arrested for making. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Next. Anyone else? Anyone else have any real quick? Who's this joker? Who is this clown? Who's this idiot?
Money off of this?
Are you making money off of this? You're here right now, right? You're making money off. Oh, he works for Greg Henning's station. He works for WCVB.
What does this mean for the reporting going forward? How do you understand the reporting going forward? Like what the restriction is? What does this mean? Does this mean
believe me, I am looking for an aggressive criminal defense lawyer to navigate because now we know that they're going to try to lock me up for telling the truth and exposing corruption. That's what they're going to try to do. So I am going to get an aggressive criminal defense lawyer.
And you're going to beg for the money?
And if anybody's watching right now, I don't know who I'm going to pick yet, but we are going to mount a loud, vociferous defense.
Was that a public appointed lawyer that you hadn't had today? Or was
Yes, that was the duty status lawyer, the guy that's in the courthouse. So
what the special prosecutor said.
You don't need to beg for money. You've got an army behind them.
Not just reporting the news, harassment.
Reporting the news is not harassment. Asking questions is not harassment. You guys all heard. You all heard what they read out loud today. And by the way, I was arrested by that guy right there.
Damn. Is that Skippy? It looks like it.
Tully.
No, I mean, is it skipping?
Yeah, it's not the best video in the whole world. that I've
I actually
seen.
haven't heard all this before though, so
Yeah,
I
me
thought
neither.
it
This is I like this. This is a very entertaining interview. Like more interviews need to be like
I
this.
think it's in the video, maybe. I don't think it's my internet. I closed a bunch of
I mean, it was way back in the day this video was taken, so the technology was different.
way back in the day.
Lieutenant Brian Tully, one of the people I've been exposing, the man who signed all of those fraudulent police reports that we've now exposed for being lies. He had the audacity to come to my house and put me in handcuffs today. I'm not scared of him, and I will not be silenced, and I will be steadfast in keeping on with this mission to expose the real killers of John O'Keefe.
Do they serve a search warrant in your house too?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Do you know what they grabbed from your house? Did they pull anything out?
I have no idea. So.
Are you going to do anything differently as far as your job?
Everything that you heard in that courtroom today is legal, protected opinion. I would like to point out that 2 weeks ago in this very same courthouse, one of the alleged victims in this matter attempted to get an order in here using those same exact arguments and those same exact quotes. The judge denied it. The judge denied that order in this same exact courthouse 2 weeks ago. So what has changed? What facts of his case have changed? Absolutely nothing. This is a gross exercise of state power. This is what fascism looks like. And as journalists, we should all be concerned that this is what they do. They are also told me that every single person who came to the peaceful protest rolling rally in Canton on July 22nd, one of the things that has led to these charges, every single person in there is now under investigation. Hundreds of innocent people are under investigation, and they cannot arrest us all. Maybe they can.
Going in today, you mentioned something about a Ford SUV.
Yeah, so a Ford Edge. According to Lucky Loughran, the man who plowed 34 Fairview Road that day, at 2:30 a.m., he drove by Brian Albert's house, and there was no body on the front lawn. He said he would have seen a body had it been there. We know this because he was interviewed by Trooper Yuri Buchanek and one of the alleged quote-unquote victims in this case. According to Mr. Loughran, 30 minutes later at 3 a.m., he noticed that a Ford Edge was parked outside directly where John O'Keefe's body would later be found. 2 months later, here we are. Nothing has been done to find out who was driving the Ford Edge that was parked next to where a dead Boston police officer was found. Nothing. And this is what they're wasting their time with. Me. There is a man who murdered a Boston cop out there, and they're doing nothing about it. And they're coming after the only journalist who's actually reporting what happened. And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Bam.
That was gangster.
Bam. Hold on.
Oh, that handsome guy. Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Y'all know who that is? Talking.
You know who it is.
I know who it is.
Hey. Oh my God. Oh, I gotta meet him. You have to take a picture. I'm recording.
I want to see what it looks like from this view.
Yes.
I'll go over here and cheer. I'll sit there and I'll see my teammates, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Down at the buffer zone today.
Pardon me?
That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes.
I'm sorry? That was beautiful today. We were down there just yelling. Oh, yeah?
With that voice too.
Oh, especially when Barrow's testified. That's wonderful. Oh, I could always. Oh, absolutely. You want to put an armor on each other? All right.
Did you take a picture of me? Yeah, I need your phone though because I'm recording.
You're welcome.
All right. Mr. Rossi, can I take a picture with you as well?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much. You're my favorite. I love all of you, but God bless you,
we
sir.
got a great team. Yay! Great team. Yay!
But God bless you,
We got
sir.
a great team. Yay!
I love all of you, but God bless you,
We got
sir.
a great team. Yay!
David, you ready?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's okay with it. Oh, and yeah.
Absolutely. I gotta get go pretty soon, so leave without me.
Don't leave. Thank you, Mr. Alessi. Great to spend time with you. God bless you. Thank you.
I get so shy. I'm like,
I know. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have such a crush on him.
yeah.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I do hate people usually lolling, but not these people, not us people.
Yeah.
And
The
maybe
people
you
in
should give others more of a chance then. You never know what you might be missing out on.
No, I'm good with what I have. I don't need to be greedy. What's the feeding the ducks video? Janine
Yes.
was on cloud nine that
Gotta find
that
it.
was the first time there.
I've been trying to find it, but I can't find it. Somebody had to send it to me.
Dude, I'm just like in shock. Like,
I know. Yeah.
sun's out, guns out. You want to enjoy the sun?
I know. He's such a
He's such a cutie. Let us see what's under the jacket.
He's such a. I'm like shaking. I miss Karen. I feel badly, but I saw. Where is she? There she is. God bless this. Oh no. I'm so happy that we could be here now. It must be so much better.
Oh yeah. No, we couldn't even come down here.
Yeah. To see people supporting and not like mad anymore, right? Like, I feel like after a long day in the courtroom, it's like you don't want to be mad.
Her voice is so much bigger than she is. Isn't it? It's hilarious.
Yeah, that was when we were still cheering. I think that might have been like one of the last cheering days. And then it was the quiet sign thing.
So, folks, we're here for
a hearing about phone records from Aiden Kearney, a blogger known as Turtle Boy, and his communications with accused killer Karen Reed. Kearney is accused of intimidating witnesses in the Reed case using information she shared with him.
The information on those phones.
The special prosecutor wants those.
Yeah, if you can find the Feeding the Duck song, I will play it. But I cannot find it. I tried. I cannot.
Records in the Kearney case to potentially show Reed's guilt.
What we expect evidence will show.
At the start of the hearing, Reed was not in the courtroom, but then unexpectedly, she and her defense team walk in. Reed appears to glare at the special prosecutor in her case.
I'm not sure why we're being joined by Ms. Reed's team unless they have standing in this.
Reed's attorney argues they should take part, even though it's a separate case.
But the case should never be called without my client being here. She has a constitutional right to be here and to be heard.
Counsel, this motion's been pending for a week and a half now. Correct. I don't have any opposition from you. I don't have any submission from you.
The judge does allow Reed and her team to stay, while Brennan argues the phone records may reveal clues to Reed's guilt.
The conscience of guilt has more to do with the conduct of Ms. Reed. Did she do something that reflects her consciousness of guilt to try to cover for the crimes that she's alleged to have committed?
Gross invasion of privacy. It's a fishing expedition. There is no hook that they have to say we will find something criminal in those phones.
Prosecutor
That was such a classic moment. I remember watching it live and being like, what is happening right now? Oh my God.
Well, we all thought they were going to be in court together already. So it was surprising that it was just TV and Bradle. Because TV had basically said they were wanting Karen and him pictured at the defense table.
Yeah, he kept on saying that.
You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed the ducks? Feeding the ducks. I'm feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed the ducks? Feeding the
What
ducks.
is this?
I'm feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who?
You don't watch TV, baby?
Feed
Yeah, you don't know what this is.
No, I must have missed it.
Oh, he's been playing it like every episode for the past month since everything happened with Esty.
What? I don't know why I haven't seen it.
Did you miss the SD drama with him?
Oh no, I saw that.
It's just something of hers that he found. And he
Yeah,
loves
she had this on her YouTube channel.
Feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed? Feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed? Feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who?
And doesn't she call the interns like her ducklings or ducks or something? Isn't that where this all started?
Say it again. I was reading. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure she calls the interns that she was driving around. She calls them the ducklings or her ducks or something like that. And that's where this all kind of started.
Yeah, it has something to do with her giving.
I don't remember what them, but I think that might have been it.
All right, Lolene found us a new.
It just came out yesterday if it's the Law 2 breakdown.
The breakdown or the reacts?
Yeah, the reactions of the Law Tubers over Welcher's testimony.
Yeah, this gotta be good. This gotta be good.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having anything to do before the Honorable Beverly Canoni, Justice of the Superior Court, holding in Dedham within and for the County of Norfolk. Draw near, give your attendance, and you shall be heard. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This court is in session. Please be seated.
Day 22, Dr. Welcher cross.
Is it only weird to me when they do that?
No, I feel like they should be in wigs and stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
so old timey.
Yeah, go back where Cherry is if y'all want to do that. God save the queen shit. We don't have the queen.
It's so
weird.
Definitely
not the queen.
Examination by Robert Alessi.
I suspect this will be a fairly lengthy cross-examination.
I can't wait anymore.
It's okay. Alessi is coming.
He did an unbelievable job playing dentist today. It was like pulling teeth to get an answer out of this doctor. What is wrong with this guy?
Well, welcome to Bobby Alessi's barbecue.
What is the most common injury in a cross-examination?
Slice and dice.
Let's ask him that question.
That's an evil laugh. That was a little extra.
Uncivil
right,
law
let's
does have an
see.
evil laugh.
Let's go with probably one of the more difficult days that any lawyer's ever had cross-examining a witness.
All right, Mr. Alessi, whenever you are ready.
We're ready.
Sure.
You hear the sighing? The judge is sighing already.
Big sigh. We're counting it.
Take as much time as you need. Oh, God. Drink your coffee, Bev.
This guy doesn't know what he's in.
Morning, Dr. Welcher.
Good morning. We haven't been formally introduced. Your whole name?
Robert Alessi, sir.
Robert Lessie. Nice to meet you.
You will know this by the end of the day.
Wow.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Wow.
The fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
Asserting his dominance. Oh boy, this is not going to go good. Immediately, this guy, the cockiness. Oh, we haven't been formally introduced. Bitch, you're the witness. Sit down and shut the fuck up.
Okay. All right.
Speak when spoken to.
But you can just call me counselor.
Since when does the witness introduce themselves to the lawyer?
I've not seen an expert do that either.
Hey, we haven't been introduced. What the fuck is that? What was that?
Normally, Mr. Alessi says this is the first time meeting.
I mean, this guy just comes across. Oh, it's my fuck. It's the Judd Welch show.
Dude, don't try to power struggle with Alessi.
I'm going to be, just arrogant, man, to do something like that.
But don't try to intellectually joust with Mr. Alessi. You are going to lose.
That kind of set the tone, didn't it? That set the tone right there.
Is how did this happen? Is that one of the
When Alessi's daughter was on Melanie Little's show, that's one of the things she pointed out that bothered her the most. She's like, he had to have read a book on like how to gain dominance in a situation, and that was his game plan to try to make himself feel more important. So I feel like Alessi has mentioned that to her as well.
Yeah, because Leslie looked down at them papers and kind of
In
laughed.
agreement. Yeah.
And
Like, I
realized
see what
first
you're playing here.
Like this guy. This guy.
you just realized
Mr. Blue Paint. Mr. Blue Paint's trying to come at me.
He's like, he already knows he's a dumbass though. So he's like, oh, it's dumbass gonna try that move. Sweet.
Yeah, that was the first chess move. He laughed at that. It's like, okay, here we go. Let's do it.
First few questions that you ask?
No, that's usually the last question.
Oh, so for you.
So hold on a second.
Okay.
Generally, what you want to do is gather data. You want to know what injuries there are, what evidence there is, like, for example, on the vehicles. And then the very last thing you want to know or define is, given all that information, how did it happen? So that's the end.
I think you may have misunderstood my question. So I wasn't talking about the method or the process. I was talking about when you get to answering questions, whenever that is in the process. Isn't one of the questions, and maybe one of the first questions, how did this happen?
No, that's not one of the first questions. One of the first questions is, where's the damage? What are the injuries? What's the evidence? What black box or text stream data do we have? What physical evidence was at the scene? So that is certainly not one. It is a question, but that question is at or near the end.
Isn't every one of the questions that you just mentioned
directed at what
part
happened?
of the data gathering?
Correct. But,
Okay.
but when you're gathering data, you're always asking yourself questions along the way. Like, what is this? Where did it come from?
I'm asking myself questions
But you
along the
would
way
agree
today.
That
How did we get here?
for you at
What are
least
we
some
doing?
point,
Why are
it's
we fighting
how
on the
did this happen?
basic fundamentals of the
And
scientific
don't
process?
you ask that question to come up with high.
Angel, I don't know his name, but he has a ton of subscribers. A ton. A lot of people watch that dude. So, do you know his name, Lalaine?
No, don't.
I don't either. It's weird.
Does it not show up under his picture? I'm on my phone, so I can't zoom. Or I
I'm
couldn't see anyway.
trying to see it next time it rolls around.
Hypotheses?
I generally have many working hypotheses as I'm working on the case. And then
How do you get to those hypotheses if you don't ask yourself, how could this have happened? You don't just open up a binder and it says, hey, maybe it was the Rugrats who did it. Oh, let me test Rugrats.
What in
You
the
make a
Rugrats?
hypothesis and then you try to prove it.
as
Jesus.
the evidence comes in.
And you have no dog in this fight, correct?
Correct.
Then we get into payments.
Oh,
On
boy.
November 5th of 2024.
Turn off your screen. You just keep looking at it. It's like trying to talk to a distracted preteen.
Or your firm Aperture was paid $44,500 by the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
I was wondering about that.
Conduct work that was at least similar to the work of Trooper Paul, correct?
I have no idea. I don't get the billing or the statements.
Right. How much did you pay for the Lexus?
You bought a Lexus on behalf of the Commonwealth.
But how much did you pay for the Lexus?
Most experts are going to say, I don't know how much I've been paid. The company gets that money, not me. Okay. And I'm like, oh, you don't get any money for working on this case?
Well, do you believe Aperture is working for free in this matter?
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't believe he was paid $44,000. I think they have probably been paid more or will be paid more because I think they'll probably be paid for the Lexus. 44,000 is low.
44,000 sounds like nothing to me.
I think it's going to be more.
I don't believe that. No,
So
we're an engineering company. We bill for our time. So
As you should.
So you're
Get your money.
You know,
Like, I'm an engineer. Of course, we're going to get paid for the work that we do.
are you aware that on April 5th, 2025, the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office amended your contract. Are you aware of that, sir?
I am.
And
really?
isn't it the case that that amendment authorized the amount of $325,000 to be paid to Aperture? Isn't that what that amendment contract states?
I believe that's correct.
So
we
the
have a new
Commonwealth.
high dollar expert. So Brendan is no longer the most expensive hire in this case. Not anymore.
Mention it all. Mention it all.
Is obligated to pay at least $325,000. And is that correct? Do you know when the trial started in this matter, sir?
I do not.
What would you need to look at to refresh the recollection?
Assume the trial started approximately April 22nd of 2024.
Okay.
Did you create your updated presentation
2025.
before or after April 22nd of 2024?
I don't know.
25.
25. It's 25.
Alessi, you're better than this. We know you're better than this. Everybody knows you're better than this.
Alessi, this one's 25.
Alessi, get your numbers right,
You
man.
know when.
Hold on one second.
It's 25.
Get your dates right.
Dr. Welch, I'd ask that you not do.
Okay, I was going to try and answer his question. My apologies. I will shut it down.
I will shut it down. He's on his laptop now looking for answers. What are we
If I may, Your
doing?
Honor, please take it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shut up.
If I may, Your Honor, please take
You're
it.
welcome.
She just told him to stop looking at it. He keeps flipping through whatever he's got, laptop or iPad or whatever. He keeps scrolling through it while Alessi's asking the question.
You got to shut that shit down.
Sir, you should be aware, I well am. You're wearing glasses. We can see the reflection of your screen in your glasses.
Are you able to determine when you created the updated presentation?
I think so. That's what I was attempting
Your
to do.
Honor, may he do that?
Yes, I'm going to see Counsel at sidebar while you pull that up.
He's got a laptop. He's taking notes. This is not an open book test, sir.
This is, in fact, a memory test.
If Alessi could clear his head a little bit and get these numbers accurate, it would go a long way.
That's pissing Bev off. She's like, this is my court, bitch.
She needs to get better control of her courtroom, and she needs to shut this nonsense down.
Shut that shit. Even though he comes across as cocky and douchey to the jury.
Okay. He's on the stand and he's taking notes. You're not allowed to do that.
This witness should not be taking notes. He should not have a laptop in front of him. He should not be Googling things while he's on the stand. This is outrageous.
Mr. Alessi focusing on the financial amount to say, looks like a dog to me.
Here's your dog in this fight. It's a $325,000 dog.
Looks like you got a dog in this fight. Looks like you got about a $300,000 dog in this fight.
You say you made the change based upon a clip you observed with regard to Miss Reed. Is that correct?
I believe that. Yes, that is correct.
I believe.
Do you know that clip has been in existence for months?
I don't believe I got it until April.
He's looking on his laptop now.
So a clip that has been, assume the clip's been in existence for months.
Shit. So he's actually typing on the keyboard and looking down at his laptop. Now,
Regardless of what he's doing, either typing or looking at the paper, he shouldn't be doing any of this. He was already warned to stop this.
You just got the clip.
Dr. Welch, I have to ask you not to.
I'm trying to be.
See, she saw him.
Yeah.
Elevated. So she sees him. But Dr. Welch, I know you want to do this, and I am on your side because I'm on the side of the Commonwealth. But I got to ask you to stop doing it. It's just I can't have it.
You just got the clip.
Dr. Welch, I have to ask you not to.
I'm trying to be helpful.
Close your
Yeah,
computer.
let me close it. Sorry. I was trying to answer his question.
Yeah, well, use your goddamn memory.
Oh, I forgot how irritating this guy is.
Oh, the worst.
Doesn't stop.
You cannot pick that dog.
No.
Can I pick that dog?
Yeah. No.
Can I pick that dog?
No,
Can I pick that dog?
God. This guy just doesn't stop, does he? He thinks maybe he is super smart. But he doesn't come across as
He's not as smart as he thinks he is.
if he's having to sit there and look at that fucking computer so he knows the answer to every question. I mean, we see you looking at it.
I'm sorry, the blue paint experiment just tells me he's not as smart as he thinks he is, because that was going to be picked apart. If he thought that that was legit going into it, then that's just a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
Close
ask you
your
to close the
computer.
top.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Just flat thing.
No, it's like the
Thank you,
judge's
Your Honor.
order is what it is.
Shut up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do what you're told.
Perfectly good.
This guy thinks he gets to sit
Thank you,
here
Your Honor.
through his shit.
Your Honor, yeet his computer.
Well, I'm gonna
I was
ask.
trying to answer his question with aid of my laptop and people sending me data through my laptop, whatever's on.
Yes. People emailing me while I'm testifying live, or I have my Zoom open.
The way that he arrived is his opinions, his pompous ass nature, I don't think is going to help him, in my opinion.
But you could just see him looking down at this laptop here as Mr. Alessi's speaking to him. He's not even looking at him. He's not even looking at the jury. He's looking down at that device that nobody else is allowed to bring up on the stand. No other witnesses were able to bring a freaking laptop.
This is really, really painful. It's painful to watch. It's embarrassing to listen to. It should not be this difficult if you are a professional expert to just simply answer the question.
This guy was controlling PowerPoint.
Yeah, they got to stop that too. None of this more PowerPoint testimony. That's bullshit.
Sir, my question is, as you sit here now, can you state one court case where you or Aperture has submitted an amended report in the middle of a trial?
Yes or no?
I cannot speak for Aperture. I can only speak for myself.
Can you
Yes or no?
speak for yourself? So can you then for yourself recall any instance where you submitted an amended report in the middle of a trial?
No, Cherry. I think everybody does. Everybody does.
Amended.
Yes or
reports,
no?
Amended analysis, yes.
Thank you.
Amended reports, no. Amended analysis, yes.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go.
It's just like this fucking guy. Answer the fucking question. Answer the fucking question.
Wouldn't an amended analysis be an amended report? Well, I guess not every.
Mr. Leslie, is this a good time for a break or 5 more minutes?
It's a good time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, folks, why don't we take our morning recess? Dr. Wilkie.
Let's take our morning audacity break.
I think it's a good time. It's a good time for a break.
All right, folks.
That was a good question. That's a good question to have a break on. That's a good question to have a little break time. A little break. A little break. It's good.
You know, I've been pretty harsh on this witness, right?
He's been on the stand for roughly an hour and he hasn't answered one question, yes or no.
I struggle because I've seen a lot of expert testimony now from a lot of different experts in a lot of different fields, and I get a different vibe with this guy.
He has answered every question well, it depends on what is.
He has the credentials. He's done this. He is an expert.
Depends on what the definition of is.
But when he talks, my brain doesn't believe that he's an expert.
Yeah. Can you use it in a sentence?
He summarizes all the tricky parts, all the science bits down to just say basically physics and math.
Can I get the root origin of the word, please?
Any reference to some long-standing or peer-reviewed principle that he's applied in the case is.
In case y'all didn't know, Gingy's gonna keep asking that as long as people keep answering it. Just letting y'all know. Joke's on you.
Is dumbed down to someone did a dissertation.
Did you change your report? I saved it yesterday.
I've been pretty harsh on him.
All right, whenever you're ready, Mr. Leslie.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if I could please address an administrative matter that I wish I didn't have to address.
I mean, I don't know how many times this guy's testified and how many times he's gotten away with this bullshit.
An administrative matter that I wish I didn't have to address?
What the hell is going on in his court?
Dr. Welcher was just using, at least my observation, his computer. He still has monitors on his desk. Could we have all that removed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Closed. Yes.
Would he open?
So it's just, did you just turn it off?
No, but I will. I closed it.
How about take it away from him?
It's preposterous.
Like want the computer.
This is like a child
Like
who's
want the
cheating on a
computer
test in
all the way
school.
off, or just everything.
Is he going to need to turn the computer back on?
I do not see a need for the computer to be turned on. Do we have the ability to put the presentation and documents from our
So I'm
sub?
going to see counsel at sidebar,
Sure.
please.
Please do, because he's also been taking notes, Your Honor.
You're not allowed to bring a notepad and write down notes. He's writing notes and nobody's saying anything. He's got his computer open and he's looking things up and he's typing things. You're not allowed to do that.
This should have been done before the jury came back.
Doesn't want that chit chat happening in front of the jury.
Don't you feel like it's like when your kid loses their iPad, like you're in trouble. I'm taking your iPad. You're not paying attention.
You know the game, so you're going to sit there and flip through your papers and look at your screen to try to find your answers in there. But then the problem is you're not listening to the question when you do that.
You're not getting your homework done. I'm taking your iPad until you can get your life together. That's what I feel like is happening right now.
Oh yeah. He's trying to be helpful, but you're looking at all the stuff that you know you're not supposed to look at. This ain't your first time in court, dude.
No other witness would be able to get on that stand and open up a laptop, have another, I don't know what that device was in front of him. It looked like it had
Calculator.
Okay.
During the lunch break, I know it takes you a while to set up in the morning. I'm going to ask you to take all that down.
Take it down now.
Okay.
And it took some time before they realized that they had to shut that down.
No, Your Honor, fuck it. Make him take it down now.
That's right, fuckface. You don't get your computer open.
Take it down now. Take away his toys.
Yeah, and Judge.
I mean, he could have been texting and emailing people right from the stand for all we know.
This man just keeps going back to the tech.
It's true. And nobody knows what he was communicating with, who he could have been possibly communicating with there. Again, anything is possible.
I would say, can we see your computer? Can we see what he's doing on there? He could be doing anything. We don't know.
He also testified, but he testified to this, that he changed his PowerPoint presentation today while he was on the stand.
Yeah, because of the
because of judge's ruling. He changed something. How is that allowed to happen?
So the text stream tells you the trigger event and it tells you the key cycle. So I'm not determining that. I'm reading that from the text stream data.
Okay. So in order to properly read, to use your verb, the location and timing of a text stream event, it's important that you correctly identify the trip that is associated with a particular key cycle. Is that a fair statement?
I think that's a fair statement.
If you...
This was a lot of this. This was a lot of the testimony.
If you associate the wrong trip with the wrong key cycle.
How many people in the chat have had the wrong trip or a bad trip? I don't know why my head went there.
Then your estimate of when the text stream event occurred will be wrong, correct?
It can. I mean, you need to take the totality of the evidence in the text stream with the mileage, the overall timing into account.
My question is with regard to if you have the wrong trips with the wrong key cycle, then your estimate of when the text stream event occurred will also be wrong. Isn't that just a matter of logic, sir?
I love that did you catch him talking through, he's repeating the question in his head / verbally. Like when I ask Mini Mischief 2 to clean his room and say his room's a mess. My room's a mess. I need to clean it. No.
You can have an incorrect key cycle with a particular trip, but you can still get accurate timing and location text stream data.
So again, you don't get incorrect key cycle with the trip. The trip and the key cycle are coded in by the text stream.
This is brutal.
if you are attributing an event to the wrong trip.
Don't laugh, you stupid little laugh. Fuck, he's stupid. Well, he's not
Which
stupid.
has a
He's,
fixed key cycle.
he's
That could be a
confusing
problem.
everyone.
This witness doesn't give an inch.
He was refusing to directly answer the questions.
Which is why you got to push back at certain points.
It was a lot of this.
But you have to pick your battles on what you're going to push back on.
This witness is not going to be co-opted. The witness is not going to be made into a witness for the defense by the defense in cross-examination.
You cannot make everything a knockdown, drag out fight with a witness like this. You just can't.
Not going to concede a single point. Rephrases your question, reframes the question in a way that he wants to answer it, not in the way that you want to ask it.
You run the risk of they think both of you look like jerks. And guess what? He's gone after, I don't know, tomorrow or Friday, unless he's going to get up witness after witness after witness.
Refuses to give a direct answer. If he does have to give a direct answer, it's after about 20 seconds of pondering. So by the time the answer comes out, you've forgotten what the damn question was.
So you really have to be smart about how you handle this, and you've got to think about it. Maybe Alessi really didn't know that it was going to be this difficult with this witness.
He was trying to use his PhD smarts on Attorney Alessi, and it wasn't really working well.
This witness has the vocabulary, the mental acuity, and the capability of essentially playing a game with you where he's never going to get around to answering your question. He's going to answer his own the whole damn time.
And sometimes that can knock you off your feet a little bit, where it's like, crap, he's going to be like this. When you had a plan, and now your plan's gone awry because he's choosing to be difficult.
What?
Who is that picture up under the guy on the right before Peter? It looked like a runkle. What was going on there? Yeah. Right before Peter's talking. Right there. Who is that?
That's Runkle. His hair's blowing in the wind.
It looks like he has no shirt on. Like, okay.
I think that's his forearm or something.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. I was very confused for a second. I'm like, are we mocking somebody? Like, what's going on here?
You know, Mary, she knows the male anatomy. Just ask her what it was. You're like forearm.
Yeah, it looks like an arm.
Smarts on Attorney Alessi, and it wasn't really working well.
This witness has the vocabulary, the mental acuity, and the capability of essentially playing a game with you where he's never going to get around to answering your question. He's going to answer his own the whole damn time.
And sometimes that can knock you off your feet a little bit, where it's like, crap, he's going to be like this. When you had a plan and now your plan's gone awry because he's choosing to be difficult.
This is an expert's expert. Like, it's not good for us who actually wants the information and wants the clarification on some of these questions.
To resume with the cross-examination, I'm sure Mr. Alessi had some time over lunch to think about exactly how he wanted to approach certain things.
Good afternoon, Dr. Welcher.
Good afternoon. Nice to see you again.
Same.
Alessi's
We had left off talking about some examples of Newton's second law, and nowhere in your report do you present a force calculation for Mr. O'Keefe's right arm duty.
Correct. We didn't have enough information to do it.
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
Now,
He likes to say that we didn't have enough information, but you had enough information to say it was probable exactly what the Commonwealth's theory was.
Well, he said this numerous times today. Well, guess what? If you don't have enough information to conduct these tests, then you also don't have enough information to give an opinion, a definitive opinion, as you did yesterday, on how this happened. All right, so knock the bullshit off.
Ed, come on, man. It sold him a gallon of paint for $400,000.
It would be interesting to see like the itemization of their bill, because I'm sure the majority of it was the driveway experiment, but between the Lexus and the paint,
happened in the
or
driveway
the grease paint, the driveway experiment was pretty thorough from like the imaging and stuff like that they did.
Yeah, I guess. Charge for the imaging. But you can get the same imaging from Skinwalker Ranch episodes. They use all that shit. Have y'all watched that show yet?
Which one?
the Skinwalker Ranch?
No. I mean, I watched the ones. My husband used to watch the ones that the Ghost Hunter, Ghost Adventure, or whatever. They would go out there. I'm pretty sure I've watched the Skinwalker Ranch, like whatever you're talking about
Well,
too.
it's just scientists out there.
Yeah, where they. Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, it's good. They have a lot of anomalies out there.
Yeah, because they keep going out to the different like mountain peaks and doing testing and
Same ones over and over again.
yeah.
But it's pretty cool.
It's like if you don't have enough information to talk about all these other hypotheses that I want to talk about, which is what Alessi's trying to get at, how do you have enough information to tell me that it is consistent with this? You don't know if John O'Keefe was standing here or there, if his arm was in or out. So you're just making stuff up to fit your theory. So we can do the same thing with about 50 other theories. Isn't that correct? Including a dog.
Do you know from the literature how much force it would take to break an arm bone?
I have an idea, yes.
What is your idea?
So for a distributed load, such as this, not a concentrated load, you're going to need somewhere between, I've seen, and this is for cadaver tests, a low.
Lawlene, you can figure that one out. Just think about it hard enough.
Of like 2,500, maybe a little lower, to a high of 7,000.
To me, when he started getting into the 300 to 700 pounds of pressure or whatever force, the point that the arm should have broken, I think is a good point. This was not the easiest way to get it across. To me, it was still a little bit confusing. Just my point.
Sir, you have switched, haven't you? We're talking about center mass impact. Did you in your calculation just switch to a side swipe impact?
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're talking about distributed loads versus concentrated loads, Mr. Alessi. Can we are talking about different types of loads. We are not. We are talking about how the load impacted.
Let's start with the hand. Maybe it's a simpler one. Do you know how much force it takes to break, any of the hand bones, you know what I'm referring to, the phalangeals? Yes. The metacarpals?
Correct.
We got the phalanges.
It's not that complicated of a question.
Do you need to break any one of those bones?
Actually, I didn't find any distributed loading on the amount of force. I don't know.
Well, no, I understand, but
Answer
I'm asking,
the question,
do you know
dude.
from the literature?
You ask a simple question. How much does it take to break a bone? I didn't see any broken bone. How much does it take to break the bone?
If you don't know, it's okay, but do you know what the literature says for how much force is needed to break a bone in the hand?
So for a distributed load across the hand, there are distributed load tests that show you need over 300 Gs on the arm. So it would depend on the mass of the hand.
What is the range of force that you would need to break a bone in the hand? Do you know from the literature? If you don't, that's okay.
I could probably figure it out.
How long?
Oh my God. Oh. Welcher. And he's super rich too. He's got like $400 million in the bank. Just shit ain't fair.
Would it take
Figure
you
it
to
out.
Figure it out. Do you
From
know
the
from the literature what that number is?
He's about to give the example. If I stab the pencil in my hand, it's going to be a lot easier for that point to go in my hand. But if I do this, it's a lot harder to go through my hand. And he's right.
I can jam it right through my hand because it's a very small point. But if I distribute the load and a broader load, such as hitting a taillight, it takes much more force because the load is distributed across it.
I'm going to die.
It's like if I sit on the corner of my bed. I might sink in this far when I sit on the corner of my bed. But what happens when I spread my load out, when I lay on my bed like this?
Well,
Mary B, I think this is a question for you.
Do you not think it ever crossed his mind during this testimony that this might end up being like on the internet? Like, come on.
I may not have gotten good at streaming yet, but I have gotten good at freeze frames.
Yeah, your freeze game's good.
Frames are the best.
I gotta
But
spread my load
weren't
this
asleep,
big.
you'd fucking see
Oh
it.
my
You know what I'm saying? If you weren't asleep, you'd see these. These are good.
Oh, I have a video for this too.
You got spreading your load. You got a video for spreading your
Yeah.
load.
Yeah, I got a video of it.
God.
I mean, he sold his company to Aperture for 400 million, but I mean, who knows how much he actually has.
I expect load spreading videos out of Cherry, but not you, Mary B. Not you.
No, get
Why
ready.
would you not think Mary B would have videos too?
I don't
Seriously.
think about Mary B like that. It's like thinking about your sister. I'm not doing that.
Cherry's not your sister?
Cherry hasn't been the co-host for 295 of the most boring live streams in the world.
Oh, are you saying I'm special?
Yeah.
No, thanks. I
He
think you're
doesn't want to
special.
think of you in those ways.
I'm the only guy here not trying to get laid. I could just do that in real life.
I know. I actually really appreciate people like you.
I don't understand the internet relationship stuff. It's
Like, I'm a person too, you know?
yeah, when I was a kid and you talk to a girl on the phone and she lives somewhere else, it's like, what's the point in that shit? It's the same thing to me, but to each his own. Do what you do, but whatever. Well, true. Spreading the load. I don't even want to start it. I just want to leave him like that.
Yeah, it is really good.
Yeah, while he goes to sleep in his $8,000 bed in his $5 million house. We're
Hopefully your wife doesn't mind me.
we're sitting here making fun of him.
Change weight is basically force. No, but I distributed it over a larger area.
Sir, do not spread your load out all over the bed.
All over the bed.
Okay, now Runkle's laying down.
Look, I
Like,
have walked
okay, this
into
is
my
a weird
fair
stream.
share of innuendo and unfortunate remarks. I don't know that I've done one quite that bad.
So for a given force, you get less sinking into the mattress.
But it's like, brother, you know what we're talking about. A car hitting an arm. Let's talk about that and that pressure. And Gillespie's given him too many outs. But again, that's what's difficult with a witness like this who knows the variables and knows how to be non-specific on purpose. And unless he's trying to get kind of logical, common sense points out.
So you discussed data that you say shows the Lexus SUV was traveling above 20 miles per hour during the period that you allege the SUV made contact with Mr. O'Keefe. Is that correct?
No. Where'd you get that from?
Hold on. Okay. The answer is no. So let's.
What? I got that from you, from the Commonwealth. That's what you guys have been saying this whole time. At least that's what I thought you were saying.
Look,
Where did you get 20 miles from?
Oh, God.
Maybe because you sat for 2 hours yesterday and talked about the effing data that showed that she reversed at above 20 miles per hour.
I will admit it is a little confusing, but I literally thought that's what you've been saying the whole time. This backup triggering event that was over 20 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Same time, 1231/1232, John O'Keefe's phone never used again. I thought that's what you guys have been saying the whole time. And he looked like disgusted at Alessi. He's like, where did you come up with that?
That was a real strong response.
Would you agree that you did a blue paint test with the vehicle going at 2 miles per hour? Did you do that? Okay. You didn't do a blue paint test with the vehicle going at 20 miles per hour, correct?
That is correct. I was not going to hit myself with the Lexus at 20 miles an hour.
You have a gas test on me and you could have done it to that, you fucking moron. Stop being...
Nobody expected you to, sir. Nobody expected you to.
It's not like I'm going to kill myself. I'm not that dumb. Well, no.
It's not like I'm going to voluntarily break my arm with the back of a
You
truck.
could have done other tests.
But you could still test it. Crash dummy, anything. Test it with a baseball bat at 8 miles an hour. I don't care. Show me how the taillight breaks.
Where the vehicle was going at 20
Could you have
miles
used
per
other
hour
things?
If you used a crash test dummy, correct? That's what I want to get to. How many feet
Huh.
Did you say on direct, and did you just say now that it went 87 feet in reverse?
That's what he just
Correct.
said.
Okay.
From its furthest point forward.
Well, that's what I want to get to because I want to have this point clear.
Interesting.
How many feet do you believe the Lexus went in reverse?
He just said
based
87
upon
feet.
your PowerPoint presentation? Not what
Yesterday, I thought it was 53 feet backwards. And now we're at 87 feet backwards, which is staggering.
when it went forward and then came backwards. How many feet do you believe that vehicle went in reverse?
Your question doesn't make any sense because when it went forward, then it went in reverse.
Your answer doesn't make any sense.
How many motherfucking feet in total did it go in reverse?
87. 80 fucking 7, dude.
This guy's like, your question doesn't make any sense. And once again, that's a jerky response to a lawyer asking you a question.
It absolutely makes sense. You
cretin, you absolute mega thunder cunt.
It seemed as simple as possible for me. How many feet did it go in reverse? 87 feet.
I don't like you. You are a boil on the butt of humanity that needs to be lanced.
He asked you about the reverse part. Answer the reverse part.
take out the 34 feet.
How many feet do you believe the Lexus
Forget about
went
it going
during the
forward.
trigger?
Take from there and then say how much she went back. Well, it's not like you can take out the 34 going forward. It just doesn't make sense. Well, it absolutely does make sense, you fucking moron.
So you go forward. That's forward.
You know, Cherry, you should rethink your shit on Becker because he sounds a lot like you when he gets worked up.
And then you go reverse. How far in reverse?
You know what it forward reverse. So he moved forward, okay? And then from there, how fucking far to after it? 87.
How far in reverse total?
I feel like we've already confirmed it went 87 feet in reverse.
The answer is 80 fucking 7, and you know it.
You know it.
Fucking piece of shit.
How is that?
Oh God.
The question that doesn't make sense.
The question was, how far did she go in reverse? He said, well, your question doesn't make sense because she went forward first.
Right. And the forward motion doesn't count as reverse.
That's probably not as reasonable.
But you gotta
I would need
do
more
it with
information
where
to be
you
able to
think
determine
auto keep was
whether
from.
it's reasonable or not.
Where's
It's
Stu was
certainly
found?
possible. It's possible it could have shot off into space as an engineer.
Really?
But not probable.
Is it?
Really?
Tell us more about that.
it could have been shot off into space, sir?
As an engineer, it's a possibility.
Wow.
It's a possibility that
Absolutely.
this Lexus could have been shot off into space.
It's highly, highly unlikely.
Wow.
But again, you're asking an engineer
Wow.
about possibilities and probabilities.
Let's get back to reality. So
I think that's the first time I've heard a Leslie make a snarky comment to a witness during testimony with the let's get back to reality.
So in terms of
Yes,
the
let's.
Lexus,
And thus we have our thumbnail for this evening. The vehicle in space became the thumbnail.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I'm going to put that on a mug.
I hope they gotten a ton of views on those things because they're funny.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
7,000 views. That's pretty good.
It said it just came out a day ago, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
pretty good.
subscribed
they're
anymore.
doing good.
I got to resubscribe. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't.
Next Witness is a good channel to subscribe to. Like Aussie Insider started kind of doing this first, I think. I mean, she got the idea from the Johnny Depp trial, but she started doing it with the Karen Reed witnesses first, and then Next Witness started doing it.
Cool. Trying to think. What time is it? 10:30.
I sent you the Plevin interview. We could at least watch it on high speed for a little while for some laughs.
I sent you. I met Judd Welcher at the courthouse.
Oh yeah.
This day sucked.
Oh, there he is. Oh, Molly. There he is. Hi, Alan. Good job today. See you, Andy. Good job today.
Bye.
Oh,
I got him. Tina, he wants a picture of her. Yeah.
Poor guy, he didn't even get to get a picture with her because everyone kept stopping him.
I want to see how they react to that too.
Cool. How many views do you get on this stuff, Mary B?
They're
Get some
close to like 500-ish.
Nice.
But I sent you pictures too, so people can see what Jackson was noticing. Yeah, Judson Welcher, he was out there with us cheering. See, that's Judson Welcher.
That's funny. I wonder how much she laughed on the way up there. Wearing
But what happens when I spread my load is what it says.
nuts.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Nuts. But I think because I got to work tomorrow, we might be done. A good spot to end this fiasco.
All right, well, it's been a blast, as usual.
Yeah. It has been much fun.
Danny, since you watch stuff in the early mornings, do you watch Annie Deb like reading Plevin's book and stuff?
No, because I didn't really watch him before he started doing mornings.
It's hilarious. Like I really didn't watch either, but it is so funny. And then his interview with Turtle Boy was really good, as well as Nurse Kim's. Those were really good. But the Aussie Insider one that Cherry's talking about in the chat was extremely cringe, and Aussie came on stream for it with Jason. It was just
What do you mean it was cringe?
like, I mean, the questions really weren't that confusing to me of what they were asking, but Turtle Boy acted like he was lost, like he didn't want to be there. He was mad at people in the chat. Like it was very similar to apparently how the AV to the seventh power, or whatever her interview went, that got taken down. But Aussie's is still up. It's very uncomfortable to watch. Like no one was enjoying it.
Yikes.
Did they not like each other? Why would he go on there?
I mean, they do. There was, I mean, he's been on their show before. There's like this mutual respect, but like I was telling Cherry, it almost gave me the vibe like TV's kind of getting tired of doing this with certain people, and if they don't ask questions that are going to like stimulate his mind or
Well, I
something
know
new.
this answered that question. If you ask him a long question, you have pissed him off from the beginning.
Oh yeah, all of the questions were very long and convoluted, especially Jason's. And then Aussie would try to be funny and be like, "Oh, well, some people in our chat want to know your favorite sexual position." He's like, are you being serious right now?" Like it was just weird.
That is weird, even if you're trying to be funny.
Yeah, it's trying to.
And she was trying very hard, and she kept saying, "I'm not an interviewer. I just want you to be comfortable. Sit back and have a drink. Let's just relax and be comfortable." And he's like, "I am comfortable. Like, ask me something."
Yeah. I gotta watch it. That's the only one I think I haven't watched because I'm not subscribe to her so it didn't pop up.
No, I like Otzi as far as when she's breaking down like computer, phone, like tech data. Like she helps me understand that kind of stuff. But as far as this, it was awful.
Yeah, I just gotta get subscribed, I guess.
And it's like she brought on Jason to help her. But I felt like Jason made it even more uncomfortable. Like, because he's, you know, a journalist too. And he was approaching it like, we're going to be able to relate to each other and this is going to flow well. And it did the exact opposite.
Yeah, Cherry's right. Some of these people just looking for the big crowd.
I feel like they were
'Cause-
prepared with questions, but they just weren't to the point.
Well,
They were
AV
very long. And
didn't know anything about his charges. He didn't want to talk about Karen Reed the whole fucking time.
yeah, and Jason was talking about his court stuff. Like Jason's been to most of his court hearings, but he was asking a lot of KP questions, and he's like, I don't want to talk about her anymore. He would ask like obvious questions like, how is it now with Bettero on the team? Well, it's obviously better. You know, I mean, it was weird.
That ain't good. Getting, you know, supporters.
Maybe he's learning from this 4 tour that like can't just go on everybody's show.
I think he is, and I mean, they even asked that question like, how do you decide which interviews you're going to take? And he's like, I'll go on, you know, anyone that wants to talk about, you know, the stuff. And I could see him second guessing that as the interview was going on. Like, maybe I should have some more standards. Oh yeah, TB did yell at some people in the chat. He's like, y'all can just effing die. Like, get out of here, die. I'm like, wow.
Spicy too.
Yeah. He's not everybody's cup of tea, but
Yeah, you just have to watch it. You'll understand once you watch it. Just the way Jason was going about his questions, it was like, you know, you've gotten very emotional and personal, which is what I like when you get on here and you talk about how this trauma affected you when you were dealing with Lindsay and everything. Like, how do you handle that stuff now? He's like, I ignore stuff, and it was just. It almost seemed like he didn't want to be
that
there.
question was way too long.
Yeah, it was a lot of long questions, and he was lost, and he would say he was lost, and they would rephrase it, and he'd still say he didn't understand what they were asking. And then when they would finally get to the point, he had a very obvious answer, and with little back and forth after that. So I imagine it was a lot like the AV to the 7th power. I didn't see that one, but I feel like that's probably how that one went.
Yeah. She was less prepared, probably.
Yeah, and he said she didn't know anything about his charges and that he'd already had the court hearing and everything else.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not a good look.
Yeah.
No.
But I appreciate people that have been supporting the channel. We did get another camera, and we did get a headset.
Sweet.
We needed so we could hear better.
We hear you better, so it helps us all.
Absolutely.
I'm glad the camera is out of the fucking computer. I mean, it doesn't make it any better, but you can manipulate it a little better.
Yeah.
Now I gotta redo all the lighting and shit. Yeah.
More light.
Less light. Less.
Oh,
Thinking about going pitch black dark.
all right.
You know how Krusty Panty sidekick, Snake Eyes.
Oh yeah.
Your Saints jersey won't stand out then.
Well, it will because I'll have a hoodie on. I'll just let it drape right there. The hoodie on, a hat, some glasses, and a
The
baklava.
Unabomber look.
Yeah. Just Snake Eyes. Yeah.
That's what all the cool people are doing.
Hell yeah. Well, y'all say thank you to Cherry for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Good
I was
to
gonna
see you, Terry.
where the hell Dean was, but I guess I'll probably figure that out.
Well, we'll give him shit next time we see him.
Yeah, we're gonna give him shit for sure.
Hello.
You missed a whole stream.
I know. Like, not even a pop in hello.
Yeah. But we've been missing some cherries, son.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Yep. You know, I like to awkwardly hit the button while somebody's talking.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Puff puff pass. True crime chat rats. Let's go. Puff puff pass. True crime chat rats. All across the world we coming through like that. Taking all the facts, put them in a trap. Cause we coming through like that. When you see the scene, I'm a rat. I be rolling with my rat pack. With my rats chatting about the crimes, the players and the evidence. Where it all went bad. Taking all the facts, and we bring them to the chat rats. True crime social where we be every night, doing everything we do for the truth. With my rats chatting about the crimes, the players and the evidence. Like it all went bad. Taking all the facts, and we bring them to the chat rats. All my people on the internet, all my people from around the world, gonna take you to the place we know best. Cause we're coming through like that. Puff, puff, pass, true crime chat rats. All across the world we coming through like that. Taking all the facts, put them in a trap. Cause we coming through like that. When you see the scene, I'm a rat. I be rolling with my rap pack. With my rats chatting about the crimes, the players and the evidence. Where it all went bad. Taking all the facts, and we bring them to the chat rats. Puff, puff, pass, true crime chat rats. All across the world we coming through like that. Taking all the facts, put them in a trap.